I have
And
piles
we're
of
live.
crap.
And we're live.
Live? No! I mean, yay. Guess I got a box of stuff covering my face.
Yeah, that's all right. Not hiding much.
Can't hide the beard.
I get to hide my bed. I don't have to worry about making my bed no more.
There you go.
Doesn't look like you're in my bedroom anymore.
Looks like you're in purple land.
There you go. It's still not quite right because I got to get better lighting, but
Yeah, that always helps with green screens.
it's working all right.
Just realized I left my soldering iron on all night.
All right.
I was like,
Preheat.
why are the LEDs on my soldering iron?
Preheat.
Yeah.
I think the
Not a
fancy
fan.
one my brother gave me was it's got an auto shut off after a certain amount of time.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to order. Like, I have somehow lost an actual soldering station.
Yeah, you were saying that the last stream.
Like, I might have brought it to the makerspace and left it there. So.
What's up, Paul? What's up, One Raz?
Oh.
Mr. Curmudgeon?
I'm not even in comments. There it is.
Are you?
Viking was interested in a 47-minute benchy I printed. Oh, yeah.
You did a 47-minute benchy?
Nope, old curmudgeon did.
Oh.
I don't think
Good for him. I do a 47-minute benchy, and it doesn't look like a benchy.
It just looks like a
puddle of
blob.
plastic string. You know what I wish I'd taken a picture of today? As I was playing with Repetier, I heated it up, and I was like playing with the nozzle heights and the way that's a little. I find that a little awkward the way you move the, pre-extrude and all that. It's got like two for one. I don't get why there's two settings for the same extruder, but I guess it's so you can set a slow and a fast and whatever. Anyways, I was playing with it, moving it up and down, and I extruded, and I got this like hair, and not even. I mean, it was barely a wisp, like 300 millimeters tall. It was like perfect. It just, that little bit of ooze, and it was just like perfectly. And then I started moving around, and it broke free, and it stood there standing as I was moving the bed around. And I didn't think about getting a picture of it or taking a video of it because it would have been cool.
See, if you were younger, you would have gotten it. Because I do the same thing. Like, I just sit there and watch it, and I'm like, and be in amazement, and then I'll throw it away, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I should have taken a video of that.
Yeah. Oh well.
And everyone's like, Chris, you're a photographer. I'm like, yeah.
That's why you don't think about it, because it's like why there's no trim in this house.
Yeah. It's like you should see me out and about. Like if I see something cool, I just watch it with my two eyes. The last thing I think of is taking a picture of it or a video.
Yeah.
Like, God, this drawer actually doesn't have a bunch of crap in it anymore.
It's like my niece. She did all of that and went to
Diamond coated nozzle.
Diamond coated?
Yeah.
What's that supposed to do for you?
Allow you to print abrasive material. So it's brass with a diamondized coating.
So a really expensive microscope.
A nozzle that has 3 bores in it, so it's triple the output.
I heard about that. I haven't seen those. It just sounds like there's 3 times more clogging.
Well, each bore is the same size, which is nice. So it
still sounds like 3 times more clogging.
It could if it does clog. Then it's just like, which hole is ruined? I think it comes in. Yeah, it comes in this stupid paper. Yeah, it's got different bores in it. If I get my face out of the shot. Oh, come on, focus. Nope.
It's sort of focused on it. It's just you can't read. It's too small to really see it. It just looks like a black dot.
Yeah. I have a microscope camera, but I can't switch to it.
Oh well. So yeah, let's get back on subject. Octoprint. Let's see this way.
I haven't used Octoprint in a while.
A Repetier. Octoprint. A Repetier.
Octoprint if you have one printer.
I don't know, man. I'm only running on one printer. Maybe it's just because it's something new and I'm used to Octoprint, and it's just something new. I mean, there's stuff I'm missing in Octoprint, but it seems like every time I go, oh, that's missing, in Repetier, and I start clicking around and I find it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just again, I'm used to Octoprint, so I know where to look for things.
Yeah, I can't even use Octoprint anymore. I'm like,
Yeah, Octoprint's pretty simple. It's almost overly simple laid out. I find the biggest thing that really annoys me about Octoprint is when you first fire it up and everything, and you go to load upload a G code,
mm-hmm.
you got to scroll down to get the freaking upload button.
Yeah.
Like down at the bottom of the menu,
The one
under
thing you do the
the
most is
screen,
upload.
and it's like, please put the button up top. I've been every year I give Gina like $10.
Yeah.
I mean, I just automatically did it every year. It's not a lot, but it's something. And it's
Yeah.
like, I'm not rich, but thank you for making an awesome piece of software that you're giving away for free. Here's
Mm-hmm.
$10. Every year, just before Christmas, I give her $10.
Yeah.
And every year, you always get that little, questionnaire when you pay her. It's like, please put the upload button up at the top where, you can see it instead of having to
Well,
scroll
this
down.
guy's over here dragging and dropping. But that's only if it
Yeah,
works if you have the window open. I normally don't. I normally export into a folder called to print, and then I just click import.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could drag and drop it, but it always seems to be slower for me. I don't know why. For that, I always end up hitting it because it's got the two when you drag and drop. It's got the two windows, one for slicing and one for uploading or something. I don't know. I'm not big on drag and drop because I'm too hyper clicky sensitive and end up dropping on the wrong thing and then something breaks and I'm too stupid to figure out what I broke and then I get pissed off and
Oh man,
so dragging and dropping don't work for me.
it's also slower. It's supposed to be faster if you never have to leave the program you're in. If you have multiple monitors, I guess it's not bad. If you have one monitor and you're full screen, then it's like, oh.
I have one big ass monitor because this is actually my TV.
Nice.
I use a 39-inch television for my monitor.
I think I have. This is just a 30. It's a 39-inch.
Just a regular old
actual
TV.
Monitor.
You don't need a freaking monitor anymore. You just buy a regular old TV. Unless you're like into like real high end video editing and stuff, you're not going to notice the freaking resolution difference between a TV and a monitor.
Ooh, dual 24s would be nice.
Huh?
Oh, Mad Monkey said he's got dual 24s. I'm like, that's not bad.
Yeah. Well, I remember
got a
60-inch 4K TV. Well, the other thing I've noticed, and I may go back to dual monitors, is I've noticed, at least with the Macs, one big monitor draws on a graphic card more than two little monitors do. Don't ask me why.
Well, usually
I don't understand because it's the same resolution, same pixel count. I guess it's not the same pixel count, it's the same resolution. Even though I'm doing 1080, there's actually more pixels in the big monitor. They're not just bigger pixels.
Oh, they're bigger.
No, they are bigger, but it's not a 4K, but it was just before the 4K came out.
Darn
it's like
those 4Ks.
I want to say it's a 2K, but it's not even that. But it's not your standard 1080p TV. It's one step up, whatever they called it, high scan or something like that. Anyway, there's more pixels, so it's got to light up more pixels, I guess. I don't know.
I blame Mad Monkey because he said my desk is messy. I'm like, that's what I'm doing. My day here is organizing. I have all these. I've bought 6 of these from the Home Depot today, and my drawer actually doesn't have my drawer. Normally, my top drawer is just full to the top.
Go to Mad Monkey's house.
Yeah. Let me see your clean desks.
Yeah, come on, Jordan. Can't see his desks. I didn't take a picture of his desk. You can see his forehead. Here.
Oh boy.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know. There's some stuff. I haven't decided yet, but to be honest, I'm leaning more and more and more toward the Repetier.
Yeah, some of the nice things are having the 3D preview. Like that's definitely like my favorite thing because the file name to me sometimes doesn't work. Like I'm like, oh crap, what was this? Like because a lot of the stuff from Fotis and Vedran in them, it'll just say base. for the files because like it'll be the
Yeah,
model
I
and the
do that
base,
too on
and
my
I'm like,
model.
which base is it? And since I can see a 3D model of it right there, I'm like, oh, I'm printing that one.
Yeah, that takes forever to load though.
It shouldn't be. Mine's not bad. I'm all on 3B pluses, and it takes like a minute
Well, this
at
is a
best.
3, whatever. The last of the newest 3s. It's not a 4, but I don't know. It definitely seems to me. Again, I've done mechanical work on the printer
Yeah.
the last 2 days, and I haven't printed on that one in 2 days. And then I put Repetier on there, so it could be mechanical, but I'm definitely getting cleaner layers. Now, again, it may have nothing to do with it. It could be Repetier is a little better than Octoprint, and it could just be I actually fixed whatever the issue was, which I highly doubt. I have a feeling it's
Well,
Repetier's.
Repetier does work better than Octoprint in sending files. Like, there's a bug going around with Octoprint's latest build that causes a lot of zits because there's an issue transferring between serial, and it just works
Yeah, it
better on
just
Repetier.
pauses. Yep, it pauses a lot.
So there's no pausing on Repetier. Like, I've never had that issue. It's
No, I don't know. It definitely seems to be printing cleaner. I mean, that's pretty clean.
TK's 3D Prints is in the house.
What's up,
And
TK?
3D Print
Hang
Viking.
on. Viking's always here. He doesn't know
No.
what his bed's for.
It's for hanging out with his girlfriend.
Yeah. I don't even think he realizes that. She's in it and he's not. Just kidding. But anyhow, if anyone else actually wants to join in, they're more than welcome here. I'll send the invite out. Copy. This time I'll actually do the right one too. Just blast it out there.
But on Repetier, I can run 8 printers on one instance, and it's like super easy. I don't have to make another instance and bog down my Pi.
No, the Octopi doesn't do that either. You can do multiple printers on it, and if you set it up right.
You have
Now,
to
I
do
will
multiple
say,
instances, though. That's the dumbest thing ever. It's like,
setting it up, I got it quickly because I pulled the trick, but absolutely nothing in the directions that Repetier said to get it loaded worked.
Mhm.
I finally actually got it by unplugging everything and then plugging it in instead of my computer and using the keyboard and the mouse and everything, plugging it in, firing it up.
Mhm.
And I finally got it, and I'll tell you, I almost quit on it. And all of a sudden, the interface comes right up almost instantly.
Yeah.
But nothing's there. And then all of a sudden, it started drawing all the parts. And I think it was because it was the first time it fired up.
Yeah.
Now the other thing is I have a feeling a lot of their setup stuff is based on a brand new Pi, where this Pi has had Octoprint on it. So all my SSH and all that stuff is already set up.
Mm.
And it was bogging it because it's a different,
I usually
Repetier is
just
looking
wipe
for
it.
certain passwords and everything. And, the network protocol already has assigned, it's already been assigned a network protocol or network ID or whatever. So it wouldn't see it. Because I even tried doing, they say it starts out as a server. So you can directly sign into it. And it wouldn't let me in. It showed it. My Wi-Fi showed it as a network access point, I guess they call it. But I could not get in it using any of the passwords they tell you to use or any of my passwords that I had previously assigned to that Pi. It would not let me in. Like I said, I finally just unplugged my TV, unplugged my actually I unplugged my PS4. Use that.
Oh, don't do that.
Well, I just used the video cable. What the hell do you call it? Unless it's fuzzy for some reason.
HDMI.
Yeah, there you go. I plugged the HDMI in instead of my Pi, and then plugged my keyboard and monitor, mouse. Which doesn't care about a keyboard. Come to find out, all it wants is a mouse. You point and click everything. During setup, and then it took me like 2 minutes to set it up once I got it on my TV.
Yeah, the one I just did on the other half of the basement, it took like 30 seconds. It just took a memory card, wiped it, installed it, turned it on, and it was ready to go. And then I had to install my key to unlock all the features.
Yeah. writing the thing was that, and you can't use a 4 gig card. They say you can use a 4 gig card. You can't.
I use a 128 gig card or a 64.
Yeah, I got a 32 in there.
Yeah.
I have 32s. I have Vert.
Nope.
Svert. You're
Jordan,
taking a
are
break
you
from all the
quiet or
yelling?
is your mic off?
What?
Oh, okay. You were just being quiet.
Well, I didn't
I'm
want
not
to
used
talk
to you
over
being
you, Llama.
I'm not used to you being quiet, so I thought your mic was off.
What? No, I just didn't want to talk over you. And Chris is
Oh, come on.
bashing on my Octoprint setup, so I figured I'd just sit here quiet.
You know you have to talk over me or else I won't shut the hell up.
I know, but it's your stream.
I blame
But
Bert.
talk over me anyways. Even more reason to do it.
So what's the problem with running multiple Octoprints on one Pi?
Well, each instance bogs the Pi down just a little bit more.
Oh, Bert's still got his mic or screen on.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you
There
go.
we go.
Mute button. Yeah, it does bog it down a little bit, but I don't notice ever.
Yeah.
Like they're running steady and I don't have a problem. It's only when I had 4 running big models, high polygon count models.
Yeah, I'll run 4. Doesn't care.
But is that on one Pi?
Yeah. I can run up to 8 printers on one Pi with just one instance. Just plug it in with a powered USB cord.
So you just assign it to like the port numbers, or how do you make sure that they don't
No.
auto connect or anything?
You just go in and add each printer separately. Just click plus add printer and then search for its USB identifier, and there you're in.
Oh, so it's doing that in the background for you then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's same thing with webcam. You just go add webcam, and it'll be like, which USB port is it in? Boom, done.
Yeah.
It basically takes the things Octoprint does completely wrong and fixed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, like mine are all assigned, so I just tell it to connect to a certain unit, and it's like all 3 Octoprint instances have their own IP address, and
Yeah, I have one IP address, and and there's an app for your computer, so all 12 of my printers that are hooked up, I just go to one app, and I can see all 12 of my printers at one time, and just click on it, send a file.
that's nice. Yeah, mine I just had 3 tabs open.
Yep.
In a browser, in a Chrome browser.
Yeah.
Well, that takes half your computer's resources right there.
I got plenty to spare, man.
Well, you know the Pi's run Chromium, right?
Yeah.
So right in their thing now is you're firing.
Well, it's running Chromium, which is just the web service. It's not running Google
Right.
Chrome. Google Chrome is just really heavy in resources. and
Yes, it is.
They
It's
track
not
everything you do.
Yep. That's why I'm actually using Brave right now.
Well, that's pretty brave of you.
Yeah,
it
I
is.
just end up using Safari when I'm on my Mac because it doesn't
Safari
track.
was
And
the best.
Well, you can't do this in Safari. You can't.
Do what?
You can't run
StreamYard.
StreamYard.
yeah, then I'll just use Firefox because it's safe. Well,
Yeah.
simpler for me because
I like Brave better because Brave blocks everything. Comes up and says, when I load this up, right now it's got a little shield over the side. It says there's 3 things blocked right now. Would you like to see your security issues?
No,
All the
yes, I
ads
want to see
get
all my
blocked.
issues.
I want to
You
be
go to
blind
YouTube,
to everything.
Nope. No extra plugins. I go to YouTube. The ads don't go in the background. Now the ads play like when you start watching a video and the ad pops up, and those
Yeah.
ads still play. But all the ones like off to the sides and on the headers and stuff, those are all blocked.
Yeah, my Facebook doesn't have any ads anymore.
Yeah, Facebook doesn't have any ads anymore with Brave.
Ooh, I got
Just
more
need to
black
go-
PTFE for you, Vert.
Oh, send me some.
Working on it.
That'd be sweet.
The
I
Christmas
wonder if that still show up in the.
Yeah,
in the-
you and your pink PTFE. I need that.
pink
Well, wait a minute,
PTFE.
that's pink?
It's pink.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm all
it's-
black PTFE to match my printer.
Like, and
What
it's
if not
not.
orange?
I have orange PTFE.
Do you really?
Pink
showed it on stream
PL
last time.
Reality Kit 2-meter.
Oh, you got like a foot and a half extra.
But I'm gonna tell you though, their cap tubes cutter is quite nice compared to like just a generic,
Here's some little strands
Amazon
of it.
one.
Here's a whole like
Oh, that's almost
huge
the same
section
color,
of
too.
orange PTFE.
I need that right there.
He needs it.
I was putting them on my Pruses for a while, and then I was like,
I'll send you more.
I
stickers.
prefer the regular. Well, the issue with the black one is they're very tight tolerance. Like, I don't even think they're PTFE. I bought it from China because I saw black. I was like, dude, that'd be so dope on my all black printer over here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then I tried running filament on it, and it's like 1.85. So sometimes when you pull the filament through it from when you unload, it's like it's just jammed.
Oh,
So you're just
you
like,
run, you run a little helper tube, don't you?
yeah, reverse Bowden, yeah.
Just so that you don't have to.
I do too.
I call it a helper tube.
Helper tube. Yeah, because it's really not a Bowden tube. It's a piece
Well,
of.
it's a reverse Bowden. There actually
no,
is
it's not, because it's not going in backwards.
Yeah, that's what means by reverse. Is
Helper
if you
tube.
go on the internet and Google reverse Bowden, you'll get a bunch of 3D printing things.
Well, they're all wrong. Helper tube is correct.
I'm going to go with Jordan on that one. I'm going to go with helper tube.
You
A helper
do it.
tube.
You do it. I won't change my blog to helper tube.
I just got whacked. You guys will get a kick out of this. I just got whacked an extra 5 cents to send stickers to Terry. Because have you gotten yours yet, Jordan? I think I sent yours out last week.
I checked the mail today. They're not there. They won't be here, bro. I'll check the tracking number.
They're because of the coronavirus, they're now whacking them with UV light, and it's costing us an extra 5 cents to leave the country.
What is that?
This
So Terry,
The screen?
you don't have to
panel,
worry
dude.
about
5
coronavirus for me looking at
for my
Jordan,
days of
you do,
duet.
because before they started bombing them with UV lights.
It's the worst cord ever. Like, why would you? This is $100-something screen, and it comes with this as the cord.
What?
Sweet.
Why is
Yeah.
it not in any kind of braiding or anything?
Yeah, this is why I hate duet. Like, they do really good on the board, and then like the wire management is just like, really? I spent that much money for this, and you're gonna give me this piece of shit? Like,
Not
it's
even
supposed to-
shielded, not even covered, nothing.
no,
It's
not
supposed to be here
twisted to
tomorrow.
to reduce any electrical interference. No,
Nothing.
I mean at least it came with the cord. That's half the battle.
But
Well,
like,
you just twist it yourself, you know.
no, that's not a cord.
Just give it
that's
a
wire.
little twisty.
Well, I just do it with my drill. I got a little 12-volt drill. That's pretty much all I use it for.
Then you just like rip
Sticks
the
the wires in there.
wires right off the board.
And it just spins them up. You just got to be careful.
You want to know what's gonna be funny, Llama? I'm gonna
Oh,
send
don't
you
worry about
back an envelope, okay? So I'm gonna send you back. I've already got 2 sitting aside for you. Your Never Let the Machines Win, your Snow Lab sticker.
Yeah, there you go.
Uh,
Lab sticker.
and then once mine get in, I'll send it. And I bet you it's gonna cost me like 5 times as much to send it to you than you did to me.
It cost me $1.15 to send to you. It cost me
This is the
$1.20
cord that it comes with for $100-something. Like,
That's not cool at all.
Yeah, Terry, just send me some of your stickers or something cool. I'm all in the exchange thing. Just play money I found anyways. It's actually I did all of this with money I found in
Selling the corner
when I
there.
was cleaning my garage. No, I had a coffee cup from when I was living out in Long Island, full of quarters.
nice.
It was like $100.
I was waiting for you to be like, oh, when I was living out of the garage.
No, when I was on Long Island, I was making boatloads of money. And I really wasn't, but I had no bill.
Ryan,
Here's
is there
the deal.
Patreon.com stickers?
I worked for a corporation out on Long Island that did big buildings, and I did golf courses and 250 home complexes and all this kind of crap. Well, they paid me $25 an hour direct. In other words, they paid all my taxes and everything on top of that, and they paid me salary of 50 hours.
Stick a mule.
And I could do up to 55 hours, or I could do down to 40 hours and still get my 50-hour pay.
What did it say?
Which
It's
doesn't
all
sound like a lot
clear.
if you're running a big corporate building site with 200 or 300 employees underneath you. But they paid my vehicle, they paid my rent, they paid my internet, they paid my television, they paid my everything out on Long Island. And
Lucky
because
bastard.
I was living out on Long Island, they paid my everything here too. They paid my mortgage, they paid my rent, they paid my electric bill, they paid my oil bill here, they paid everything here. Plus everything, my rental out on Long Island.
Sounds like a
So I
sweet deal.
literally was taking home just over $1,000 a month free and clear without a single bill.
I like it. That's play money.
Even though I look around and like, oh, you're not making that much money. I'm like, yes, I am, because I'm not putting out a freaking penny of it. I had
Paul, yes, I could build my own 3D printer.
money. I've built too many 3D printers. All of my 3D.
I have no idea who the sticker belongs to.
And waffle on.
That looks like the guy from Peoria, Chris. No, not Chris. Well,
It almost looks like Jesse with square glasses.
from Makers on Tap.
This sticker is massive, by the way.
You do it.
You do it.
Like,
You do it.
That sounds like when I ask when I put a Marlin bug fix in, and they're like, "No, you do it."
I haven't seen him in a long time.
Yeah, that's pretty much the mentality.
I've got a few stickers.
Yeah, you do.
I think I may have bit off more than I could chew, like accepting your project, Chris.
Hey, hopefully someone's sending you money.
Well, I've gotten quite a few like Patreons and stuff and
Nice.
donations, but it's like I worked on it most of the day.
You said it was only going to take you like an hour.
Yeah.
Well,
You got all cocky.
the
and now
start
it's
of it-
in the ass.
then it was like, oh well, this isn't quite right, and I missed something, and
Well, now people
reports.
are debugging it, like, because I have
Yeah.
a beta group that's actually doing all this, and he's like, "Wow,
I've got a few people that are on board. They're like trying to learn like GitHub, I guess now. Like Sean's like, oh, I'm trying to like understand like what's going on here so I can submit pull requests. And
Mhm.
he was trying to do it earlier.
see,
I don't
this is
understand
what
GitHub.
happens when you meet me. You end up with way more work than you bargained for."
It's like it definitely gave me something to do.
GitHub.
But
is-
like I haven't
I'm smart. I act stupid and make him do all the work.
like I think it's getting there because like I'm not getting issue reports right now. So
Nice, so it balanced out.
like people started to try things and like, oh, it's actually like homing and like heats up, and I think it actually prints now.
See, it's nice having the instant feedback.
You're like, oh, this is the problem. As soon as I look at it, go, oh, yeah, that's not right. Whoops.
Joe sticker.
Just looking at it, going, oh, that's not turning on the right thing.
See, we're gonna make you an even better programmer than you ever
See, what
thought
I
you were
like
gonna
is
be.
that Llama pretends to be stupid, and it has Chris do the work, but then Chris pretends to be stupid and sends it to Vert.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
a long
I-
chain with me. Like,
I openly admit I'm stupid and just do it.
Oh, I am stupid. I'm just really good at acting it.
well, I actually am pretty stupid, but
Yeah, well, me too.
like if it comes to the mechanical stuff, I can build a printer. Like
Yeah.
I can get it square and make it work, and I can tell you what won't work on your printer and why. But when it comes to like firmware, like I can now make Marlin firmware as long as it's not complicated or needs anything special. Like I can at least figure that out now.
It's amazing when you get to that point, right? Like that's finally
Yeah.
my thing is I can sit down and I can go in and the 10 different little things I need to change for my personal enjoyment. I know where they are. I know how to change them.
Mhm.
And now even with Marlin 2.0, a lot of those are just turned on automatically. Like I don't have to enable S-curve. It's right there. I don't have to enable junction deviation. It's right there. I just set my number and away I go.
Yeah, I don't even know what to set the numbers at half the time.
Well, thankfully S-curve doesn't have a number. That'd be
And
in trouble.
slash.
That would be a
just
pain in the ass if you had to calculate that.
Yeah, and junction deviation is easy enough to figure out. It's just what 0.4 times the square of the
All right, you lost me already.
yeah.
No,
like actually,
Llama,
it seems like the lower you go, the better it gets. But
yeah. Here's how I do it, Llama. I find the number for a printer that's from the examples that looks like what I want to use, and I try it.
that works too.
Oh,
And when
that's
it-
actually what I've been doing.
And when it works, good enough.
Yeah, well, there's a web link right there at junction deviation telling you how to do the math. Like you go to the
Yeah,
link, and it's like
that's why did like I said earlier the other night is I didn't even understand what junction deviation was until I did it.
it
until
just
I clicked that link,
makes my
right?
prints prettier. So I'm gonna do it.
Yeah,
I get less ringing and ghosting. Sold.
I hear.
Oh, I
linear
like it.
advance is the way to be.
Linear advance is pretty cool too.
Yeah,
I've
I
used
can't
it.
not use it.
You
I hate
can't not
having
use
rounded. I hate rounded corners, like the bulging corners.
Well, you
I-
automatically get rounded corners with large nozzles, so like even with linear fans, it doesn't fix it.
Well,
See, my problem is I've
True.
got ringing and ghosting on this printer, and it doesn't matter firmware or not. It's a hardware thing.
Yeah, I saw that with your fan duct post. It was kind of heavy ringing.
Yeah, it's
At first, I thought it was just because it's shiny filament.
it's the
I
shinier the
definitely
filament,
made
the
it
worse
look
it
like-
shows up.
but it was definitely pretty heavy on that.
Yeah, I really
Yeah.
want to put rails on it. But
I mean, mine's almost all gone, and I'm using the Hemera on that thing.
yeah.
And there's very little. There's a little bit, but there's very little ringing. But then I'm only printing it like 40 millimeters a second to do it.
that's fast.
That's fast.
Yeah, I think I can't remember what the base.
Like Core XY with the Hemera, I run about 60 to 80, depending.
I need a Core XY.
80, I get pretty heavy ringing. 60, I still get it, but really only I notice it, or someone that knows what they're looking at. The average person will never notice it.
My perimeters are 55.
We're back.
Oh,
Yeah.
Vert's
You
gonna go
shouldn't
poop.
get much ringing. What printer is it?
It's pretty much one I've built.
Yeah, but I mean, what's the base?
It was a G-Tech A30
What do you put for a board in it?
SKR 1.3.
Oh.
But it's
Wait,
because
208?
it's because it's a 330 bed moving back and forth.
Yeah, well,
Big
that's
heavy
two.
era moving back and forth,
Well, that is two.
and it's on wheels. So
You got
Well, that's
wheels?
not a wheel.
I got wheels, bro.
I'm getting rid of that stupid big box. I'm going to mount that board inside of this baby.
Nice.
I want to put rails on it, but I need a 400 for the X and two 500s for the Y, and all the hardware and everything, and it's going to cost me like a couple $100, and I don't have that money to spend.
I wouldn't bother with rails.
Ooh,
Do
what's
it
in
anyway.
the cup? Is that vodka?
No, just Fresca.
Okay.
Ooh,
Doesn't say anything
Fresca.
good.
Yeah, I looked at the rails, and from the little bit I've been playing with rails myself, not in this, but with work and construction and everything, they're more of a pain in the ass. Servicing rails with the little baby bearings and everything. Oh my God, are they a nightmare? The littlest itty bitty piece of freaking dust will bind them things. Where
They get pretty dusty.
the wheels,
So maybe I'll
the
just
wheels
do
might
Exo Slide.
stutter, but it'll still work.
Exo slide.
Yeah, that's my next thing. I still got to hit them guys up.
Yeah. Oh,
Here's
Vert's
a-
he's having some Spartan.
What are you drinking?
Bert's like getting lit down there. It's a Monday night party.
Oh, it's an energy drink. It's sugar free. All that good stuff.
It's good for you. It's healthy.
No.
What do you mean?
Mango
you got
flavored.
Okay.
No sugar for you? That's impossible.
Well,
So, George,
that
have you tried
diabetes.
Repetier yet?
Uh-huh.
Have you ever tried Repetier?
No,
You
I have
probably,
not repetiered.
you should probably take a look at it because you might actually like it for your setup.
My
Is that $60 a one-time shot, or is that every year, Chris?
One-time shot, and you
That's
don't have to. And if you don't pay, you just don't get the webcam interface.
Yeah, there's a
So,
couple
I
other
could care
new
less about
features that you just added that aren't on it either.
Yeah.
all
Right.
I need is to be able to send print stuff, command G codes, baby stepping would be amazing.
It's built in there, yeah.
Yep, does all that.
Because
They
that's
got
my
a
biggest
firmware
gripe right
updater
now.
now that you won't get with the free one. You can do with the paid one. The cam, plus they now have a built-in time lapse with the camera built right in, kind
Yep.
of like Octolapse.
Don't need
I
that.
don't need it, but it'd be nice to have. I'm at the point where if I had
Cameras at all.
$50, because it's actually on sale for $10 off right now too. So it's only $52 or something. And
Yeah?
Mhm.
The hell was that?
well,
That
it's
was my voice.
78 would go on their site because they want you to pay for a backup and a disc boot and a mailed copy and a. Why would I do any of that?
No, you just download it and save it.
Yeah,
and make sure you
you just
never
download
delete
it,
your
Put on my
key.
freaking 25 hard drives I have laying around here.
That's it.
Less likely to lose those than I am a CD, which I don't even have a computer that'll read a CD anymore.
Who has CD-ROM drives anymore?
The government.
It's like I install everything from like a pen drive.
Yep.
Yeah, Captain Linux.
It's like I use a pen drive as my network attached storage on my router. You just plug it in and
You
there
can
you go.
literally just choose download without donation.
Yeah.
That's how most Linux stuff is.
What, the Repetier? Yeah. Don't forget, you're
Well,
looking at your server, not Repetier firmware.
No, I see the server.
That confused me at first, too. I thought they were all one. They're not. There's 3 of them. There's Repetier server, Repetier host, and Repetier
Firmware. What do I need?
server. You're just going to put it on the Pi.
Servier. Oh, there's a Pi image. Look at that.
Yeah, that's what I did, is downloaded the Pi image, burn it on the disk. Like I said, I could not get any of it to work to connect for setup, and I literally plugged it into the Pi, plugged it into my TV with the HDMI cable, put a mouse on it, and boom, did all the setup that way. Drew right up on my screen.
I've got like a 10-year-old desktop computer sitting in my closet. I could just put the Windows version on there and just plug a bunch of USB ports into it, and it would fly.
Yeah, that's actually one of the ways to use it is on a small like old laptop or old
because
PC.
it's like a crappy old desktop. I could just plug it in.
Yeah, but the Pi uses so much less energy.
Yeah, but my Pi's already in use. I could play with it without disrupting.
Oh, right. Yeah, not yet.
Because I only have one Pi because I don't have money for more Pis.
Now, Chris, do you use the desktop server software?
Yeah.
I've just been signing in through the web, through a regular web browser.
Yeah, that works too.
Yeah,
it's no different.
If there's any real difference, it's just showing the same crap.
It's the same thing, but like, let's say you had like 4 servers, you can then just have all the printers on one page versus having to go to each web address for it.
Absolutely makes never mind to me because I'm just running the one printer with it.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 Pis and Core XYs.
I just realized the 2 people on top don't have glasses. The 2 people on bottom have glasses.
Well, I have glasses too. I just don't.
And the 2 people on the right have LED lighting, and the 2 people on the left don't.
I can't see nothing to begin with, so it doesn't matter.
Actually, all my lighting is LED. It's just white LED, not colored.
Damn.
The floodlight I'm using is LED.
Nice.
All my lights are LED. We got about 5 of these things running.
All right, let's take a look at making this llama orange in here.
I need to find some TPU. Thinking of that matches the
TPU.
Anybody got an orange TPU? Because this isn't orange enough. I mean, it'll work if I have to, but it's
I extruded something orange earlier.
Yeah, that's because you were drinking on thing. It doesn't really show on the camera, but this is way paler, and it's the only TPU orange I have left.
TPU.
Yeah, TPU. That's what happens when you go when it's orange. Apparently.
I need some orange TPU.
So where have you looked for your orange TPU?
Not a lot. I was wondering if anyone had a direct. I was hoping like Printed Solid would pop up and say, "Hey, we're working on that. We'll send you a roll to check it out."
No.
There's always the dream.
I think the only ones I've seen are Sunlu? No, that's not the one.
No.
There's that other Chinese brand that makes an orange one. I think I actually have some orange
Eeyore.
TPU.
Oh, is it
Eon one or Eeyore
Sane
one?
Smart?
Sane Smart? Yeah.
Yeah, I have some Sane Smart. It's actually green.
Yeah, everyone doesn't make TPU.
Good.
No, I don't speak German either. But Ram. So anyway, if anyone wants stickers, I got 4 more stamps. So if you're in Europe and you want some awesome llama stickers, tweet me your address and I will send you.
But only if they say awesome llama on it.
But what if I'm not on the Twitters?
Orange.
Or you can email me at 3dprintingllama@gmail.com. And I will send you out stickers. And they're awesome. They're awesome. So you're supposed to get yours this week, right, Jordan?
Yeah, it's supposed to be here tomorrow.
Oh yeah, cool.
So Llama Llama, Matter Hackers has translucent orange T2.
T-poo.
Yeah, it's translucent. It's like this. That's what this is.
He wants a solid orange.
I want a
I'm
bright,
just
solid
telling you what I've got so far here.
what I couldn't find. Yeah, Michael, I got to talk to you about that because this is not the one you bought me. So if you would like that one you bought me, let me know and I will just mail it to you. Otherwise, I'm going to give it away to somebody because it wasn't big enough for me. And this one was on sale for $12.
Wasn't big enough.
Well, this green screen is a 10 by 10. It's humongous. I got it folded in half. But the 7, he had bought me a 7 by 5 when we were BSing about it one day. That was on sale for like $9 or $10. And I've used it a couple times. It's just not big enough. You always see the edges of it in my camera. And I was looking for a new one. I didn't think I had money. And my brother was here, and he goes, "What is that 10 by 10?" I said, 10 by 10s are like $40 for a nice one.
Llama Tronxy sells one on Amazon, $22.
Yeah. Who makes
Arrow
Tronxy?
has one. Ninja
Tronxy
Tech
makes
has one.
Tronxy.
They don't make their own film.
Ninja Tech has orange lava.
Yeah. Ninja Tech
Ooh.
makes good stuff.
Yeah, but that's like $50 freaking dollars.
Has that got like little black specks in it or something?
No, it's $34 there, Llama.
That's kind of pricey.
It says 5 kilograms. That can't be right.
Yeah, no.
0.5 kilograms.
Yeah.
TPE 0.5 kilogram, but there's a space between the point and the 5.
Yeah.
Well, that's how we do it here in America.
Because I've been getting most of mine from 3D Prints New York, because you get these for like $9 or $10, and it's 250 grams. It's all I ever need a TPE or TPU because this is all I ever do.
Gizmo Dorks. That's ABS. That doesn't count. Tryline.
Yeah, I did a quick search and I didn't find anything offhand.
Hatchbox. There you go, right there. Hatchbox orange TPU. It's 1 kilogram. It's $42 Canadian.
Oh,
$42 American, sorry. But it's bright.
Really?
Yeah.
Send me the link and I'll convert it over to US. Or post it. You're a modder.
Do I have a modding Billy's? I don't know. Let's find out.
I think everybody does.
I don't.
I don't. I just
Yeah,
got
you
denied.
Verts doesn't yet.
Denied.
Yeah.
Now he does.
Now I do.
First, like, damn it, don't give me that power.
I can't believe I didn't.
So you're
Model.
telling me I need to post links now?
I can't believe I didn't 3D Jimmy a long time ago.
I can't believe you didn't 3D Jimmy either.
I 3D Jimmy all my 3D printers.
It's still denied.
Anyway,
You're not a good mod, that's why.
give it away. Oh, you are denied. Oh, what do you know? We'll moderate your ass.
I don't really need that kind of intimacy, Llama.
Moderate the moderators.
You've been wrenched.
And there's the link.
You got wrenched.
It's 95A too, so it's nice and squishy.
I love when Michael J. Fox arrives on the stream. Orange
What?
PTFE.
Is that like somebody that shows up regularly?
Yep.
I really does. It's the actual one.
No, it's Michael Fox. He's right there.
Yeah, he's right in the stream.
Michael Fox. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
Good
that's what-
dude.
All right,
is that kind of like Jake from State Farm?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Matt from Jake from State Farm.
Matt from Jake from State Farm.
And like the FBI?
Pot his ass.
The FBI is like hangs out over on TH3D's Discord. It's really weird.
That is
You want
really
to know a
weird.
really weird one? The FBI has my fingerprints.
Yeah, mine too.
Fingerprint too.
It's got my poop samples.
State's got my fingerprints. FBI's got my fingerprints. Fed's got my fingerprints. Everybody's got mine because I work for a
I'm
state.
Canadian. Why do they need my fingerprints?
You look evil.
Because you're a mad monkey and they don't want mad monkey disease getting across the border.
It's because I used to hold a Series 7 and 63 license.
You still have mad monkey disease.
You can go on the FINRA website and find my information because I was a
I have
registered
a
broker.
metric crescent wrench. I have both a metric and an SAE crescent wrench.
Yeah, they got mine when I got a federal license. So
Yeah. I got mine when I went to work.
I got mine working for Vert.
yeah,
Yep.
Really, I only got the shirt.
there's shirts now.
Right, where's my thing?
Yeah, the Vert shirt.
The Vert shirt.
Probably because you got arrested in Tippecanoe County Sheriff's Office, huh? You slept there for a few nights, huh?
Did some playing around with some support settings today. I think I got them pretty stinking nice.
Oh yeah, those are supports.
It's a nice big solid chunk of support. That
You know what I've discovered? At least in
You don't ever need supports.
well, not the
your
no,
bed's
but
perfectly
just
flat.
printing this thing it needs support. But
That if you design something properly, it doesn't need supports.
an idea maker using concentric support structure breaks off and comes off and looks a whole lot better than standard zigzag or line or any of the other thing.
These
Hit it harder.
So you got arrested there when you were 8, huh? Wow. Yeah, I don't like those. Those are sometimes hard to get off.
This
I
is
got-
honeycomb.
I got those. I got that spider.
That was a spider. Like
Yeah.
it took that much.
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing? Kicking the ass out of a spider?
Uh huh.
He's in the basement.
Sounds like
He eats the bugs. Leave him alone.
Yeah, he eats the other spiders.
Yeah.
He eats sea dubs.
You know, there's a real easy way to get rid of spiders, and people don't realize it.
Get an anteater.
Level your bed.
Level your bed. You just got to heat your bed. That's all.
Yep, gotta heat your bed. No, peppermint spray. Just take some peppermint, whatever you call it. What's the word I'm looking for?
You want me to take some candy cane and just lick on it and spit it out?
Liquid.
But yeah, you can do that
stuff.
too. But seriously, you put peppermint
Oil,
oil, whatever.
essential oils.
Yes, essential oils.
Yeah.
Put
Those
like 2 drops into a quart of water. Shake it up. Let it sit
and then
over
you dunk your head in it.
again, and just take a spray bottle and spray it in the corners of your room like once a month. Never get spiders again.
So you pee in the corner.
I pee in the corner already.
Yeah.
Why
If you
go
pee
upstairs?
peppermint, that'll work.
I
I
do,
personally don't pee peppermint. I
you
think
don't know how much peppermint I drink.
that might burn.
Dump a Corona on them.
Concentrate, yes, Jimmy. I was trying to concentrate on the word concentrate.
I'm very concerned.
My
Right
old ass brain just wouldn't do it. I think I'm beating my father with the old
Dementia.
yeah.
He doesn't even know the word. He's like,
Dude,
But I
haven't
did.
you known me for a while now? Haven't you made fun of? I mean, Mr. Buttram knows I can't say half the things. I can't think of things. I'm old and more. Wow. If I don't have dementia, I got something else coming on. That
called llama disease.
there you go.
Wow.
Spray the peppermint oil in your eyes. You'll never see a spider again. Wow, that's just evil.
That is true.
Never see anything ever again.
I'll be afraid of everything. Is what I'm touching a furry spider or a really hairy man? Hoping for man.
Or a really hairy woman.
No.
I've also got purple zip ties.
No, you can keep those.
Oh,
Well,
purple zip ties are awesome.
Black zip ties are the only way to go.
Yep.
No way.
They're stronger.
I gotta have colored zip ties to match the color of the pen.
Not only are they stronger, but they're faster too.
But red ones are the fastest.
No, they're slow. Red means stop.
Here's giant purple zip ties.
You have a spending problem.
Shh.
No, he doesn't. He's got I don't have a wife, so I don't have to worry about
Just say Mrs. Nasty P would have something to say about that.
Yeah.
Or Mr. Nasty P. I mean, hey, whatever floats your boat.
I am American. You never know. I don't know what that means, but I
I
said it
don't
anyway.
either, but I'm just
Not
gonna
sure how
leave that
nationality
alone.
plays a role, but okay.
Here's something cool that nobody has.
Got it.
Prototype flex drive. It actually swaps in for a motor. So you just replace your motor, and here's the flex drive shaft.
Work the shaft.
So I'm guessing that worked for like a month and then crapped out.
No, the guy who designed it never sent me the correct files to make it work, and just left me hanging.
Like STL files?
That
you didn't
like he shipped
design
it.
any?
Yeah, he designed it and shipped it like this. Had a bunch of stuff to make it work, and none of it fit. Didn't send me the right screws to make it attach, so I had to go out and buy screws and hack away at stuff. And then when he was like, "I'll help you with the firmware," I was like, "Well, this isn't working, and this didn't work, and this didn't work." So yeah.
So I guess the idea there would be instead of having the motor, you just have that.
So you just swap the motor out and mount a motor up here.
I think the ghosts are squared
All
at.
that's going to do is give you a little bit lighter of a.
Yep. Instead of like 300 grams, you've got like 20. Like there's nothing on this thing.
You could make it work.
So like remote direct drive
Yeah.
Yeah.
instead
I
of
have
motor.
found those worm flexi drives just wear out when they're sloppy as crap.
Let's see. Let's take it apart and see what's inside.
It'll be a hex shaft
Yeah.
A worm gear.
spring. Yeah, I don't know if you ever seen any of the drill like flexi shaft things or anything like that. That's all it is.
Use them all the time.
I've got one somewhere for my DeWalt. It's I got it. Then on the end, it's just got a planetary gear to transfer.
Yeah.
To transfer your loads like perpendicular to themselves.
Oh, this would be great for a Delta. Like that's why you want a Zesty. Zesties are great for Deltas. I put it on a Cartesian printers. Like I don't understand the idea.
Well, I could see putting it on a Cartesian because you can get rid of some of them.
No, but
Wow.
that would let you go direct drive Delta.
Yeah.
But
Which makes sense.
The Anycubic Predator though is pretty much like it's very, very short Bowden because they actually suspend. So they suspend the motor and the extruder just above the head.
Yeah.
So it's separately like
It's a flying extruder.
yeah.
Yep. Flying a screw. Did you see that video from that guy from Earth? Was it Earth or Murph that last year that had the whole Core XY, but it had a Core XY extruder above it, and they were moved in unison.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was like a whole big monstrosity.
Seems
I mean,
way
it's-
overdone.
But it's like, why?
Yeah, what's the advantage here, and why is it worth it?
Oh, he said there's real no reason. He did it because it was just fun to do.
Yeah, well
Because he could.
I am all in on cool factor doings.
Yep, me too.
Yep. It's just a worm gear.
Are those nylon planetaries?
More
Yeah.
slop. And then you have the whole flexi drive, which introduces its own set of slop. I mean, it just
Some people like it sloppy.
slop after slop.
Slop makes the world go round.
Mm-hmm.
Makes the bacon.
It really whoops the llama's ass.
What is that from?
Yeah, look at the printing quality that
Winamp.
he sent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Come on, focus on that. Stop looking at my face. Look at that printing quality. There's holes and missing sections.
You got like one top layer.
Yeah. Yeah, here's the overhangs.
Yeah, I'm guessing he gave up on that project.
No, he has new projects. He's still a business, and he still sells.
No, I know, but I guess he gave up on that,
Yeah, he did.
like most of them do. There's been a bunch of those. The Zesty is not new. There was a guy that did it 5-6 years ago. Got a whole thing going and called it this. And it was like $300.
Hey, is that Lightspeed? Dirty
Yeah.
bastard.
Lightspeed, you want some stickers? Send me your address. tweet it to me.
Be careful. It might come show up at your door.
No,
You just send one to my PO box if you want.
that's fine.
It's a PO Box vert.hobbies
Vert.
at rex.com.
Every time
Actually,
someone
Vert
I
Hobbies
get a
is
picture,
real.
I get a picture of the Swedish chef from frickin' the Muppets.
Wow. It's
Vert.
actually kind of fun to mess with.
Hmm?
It's
I
actually
think
fun
you
to
should
mess
hook
with.
it up with something, just for giggles.
Oh, I had it hooked up. It just never worked.
No,
Should make it work.
I mean, I can now. When I bought this thing, it was like 3 years ago, and I didn't know anything about 3D printing. I can make it spin.
Oh, they didn't even. I see what he did. Just that style transfer gear.
Mm-hmm.
I got restraining orders on Chris. No, I meant twit it, private message. Anyway,
That's what Steven gets. Weird. I should have the restraining order. Why would he have one? I'm the one who blocks him on Facebook because he keeps harassing me.
Wait a minute. Hang on. Somebody harasses you?
Yeah, he chases me around on
I don't-
Facebook.
Not only
Chris,
you
I
harassing
don't
somebody
believe it.
else.
I don't believe it.
Yeah.
You are the most blunt, outright person ever. You
I
just
shared
bluntly-
a post on what group was that? On the artillery group, and then all of a sudden he went on some rampage about how I should teach people how to make profiles, and I'm like, I don't see how this has anything to do with the topic that I just posted, but that's
People act like making a profile is so hard.
Steven.
Oh.
I like how Steven's being a crybaby now. You know that's not true. Really. That's why you're blocked by me on all social media.
All right, let's not have a little.
Oh, let's get him on and have a battle.
It's not much of a
Profile
battle.
battle.
I mean, if I want to print like crap, I would just pay attention to Steven.
I don't know. Somebody.
Oh, that's rough.
That is still really cool, though.
That is pretty cool.
I don't
It's really
like the corkscrew gear setup.
Yeah, worm gears aren't great.
No. It's better to be a trapezoid planetary.
Not really any backlash, but I mean,
Yeah.
if there's more mass on it, it would definitely have
I
some.
was
I
gonna say
think.
until you put some actual pressure on it,
Yeah.
and it's getting backlash slop in it.
Yeah.
Until it starts talking backlash to you.
Haha.
Why can't we be friends? Anyway,
I could be friends. It's just chasing people around the internet to harass them is pretty much crossing
that's
the
what I
line.
get. Most of the time, half the arguments people get into it's just misconstrued statements, anyways, where you typed it wrong or someone took it wrong, or I don't
There's
get on the
been a
internet
thing
anymore.
blowing up over the
They're
last.
giving me grief. I just stop responding. I don't block them. I don't do. I just stop responding.
Yeah, in the past
Move on.
week or so, there's been like a big thing blowing up all over the place about Chimeras having a faulty idler pin or something like that, and I was like, I don't know about that. I haven't seen anything about that. And then
I've actually seen a few.
it was,
Yeah.
but then there's actually a post about it from them saying that's just the cosmetic part of things. There's a whole other something else entirely.
Yeah.
But having the pin showing through the thing is just life.
True. Yeah, I like my Chimera. I've seen the issues. Like I've had a bunch of people message me their issues with it, and there was the crack gear, there was the misaligned gears, there was one of them was assembled incorrectly, so the gear was flipped. So the drive gear was flipped on it incorrectly, and I was like,
Okay.
"That's great." I don't know who quality controlled that. And there was a couple others, and there's more. I mean, it's a new product. It's going to have teething issues.
Yeah, and I can believe that there was also a certain level of hurry up to get it to market,
Yeah.
get it out there, and then start cracking down on issues as you go. And I mean, not to say that they use users as a beta test, because we know companies that use end users as beta testers.
Yeah.
Openly by saying, "Oh yeah, whatever, it's just how it is." I don't think they were planning on it, but it's once you have more people using the product, more issues are going to come out. Until you get enough people using it, and you start ironing out the kinks.
Yeah. beta testing is a small percentage of the real world. For one, most people send out their beta testing to more advanced users that are known, and which there's times with stuff with me when I know I'm like beta testing my own crap that I fix something just knowing how to fix it without even thinking about it. You know what I mean? Where if I send it out to some new user, they'd never be able to figure that out or wouldn't.
I just think once you have more people using the product, the kinks and the issues show up. The secret is if they actually take what is being said and go with it.
Yeah, and fix it.
Right.
Yeah,
and that's where that's the true sign of things. Like, it's not, to me, growing pains on a new product are just growing pains on a new product. Yeah. It's how that product evolves over the next little while. That's, to me, what's the determining factor. So if E3D is like, yeah, we fixed a few of them, great, and they were still happening, like the cracked gears, like if those were still happening every day, then that's a problem.
Yeah. But I haven't seen anyone since the initial, like...
They got...
the initial, like, month.
All of them.
They've replaced them all.
Yeah. And anybody who had one early days was like, oh, yeah, me. And they, even if they weren't even part of that batch, they just replaced them.
Yeah. And it is pretty cheap considering, you're getting the whole hot end with the extruder, with the motor, with everything all in one.
The one thing I really like about it, and I was talking with Greg about this today, about something, is all the mounting spots on it. Like, I'm using all of the mounting holes on the damn thing.
Me too.
Because I've got the mount goes on the back. Sorry, I'm missing one. 3 of them go on the back. My part cooling fan goes on the front, and then my connector bracket for my Cat 6 wires goes on the other one on the top, and it's 90 degree to the back. So I'm using every surface of that thing.
I am too.
I love it.
Yeah. The only thing I wish they do is get rid of the actual nut and make that make it option to be like a stud bolt that you slide in there.
Should just be threaded.
That would have been easier.
That would be easier.
All you need. Because then if you happen to
then you don't have that bottom out problem. That's actually a better idea. Even then, you're not going to break it off. It's just a thread.
Yeah, you just strip the thread out, and if you strip the thread out, then it sucks to be you. Whereas, like, I'm tightening up those things, and I'm using my and it's like tight. Okay, I'm not touching it anymore. Like, I just do not want to bend those out.
Yeah, one of the things I had issues with was when I was actually attaching a fan, because the square nuts don't actually fit the entire width inside there. You'll tighten it down, and they'll shift up and down a little bit. So when I'm trying to get the height of my fan exactly where I want it, it keeps moving around. I'm like,
the pocket for the fan for the nut goes all the way to the back plane. So I had to take and tip my printer this way to capture the nut with the screw, because otherwise any longer screw and I was punching the hole.
Motor block.
But if they didn't have that back plane go all the way back for the nut, then you could just slide it in and it would fit fine. So
I think you're right. I think just threading it would be the best option.
Thread them. I mean, it doesn't. The nice part about that nut is it does give you a little bit of play for your alignment. But if you modeled something and it was exactly 40 mils, corner to corner, whatever, like, you just work it.
Mm-hmm.
Just do it right in the first place. And even, most of the mounts are 3D printed or aluminum. So even if you are a little bit off, a file takes care of it.
Right.
Yeah, they definitely need to change that mounting method. The idea behind it is freaking brilliant. The method is not. And actually, like you say, threading it would probably be cheaper in manufacturing than what they're doing now.
I'm not a fan of.
I
wish the screws that they had included for the fan were not Phillips head, but instead were just hex.
Yes.
Because then I would strip them.
I guess
Phillips head are the worst thread. Like, it's the worst screw head ever.
Yeah, I never understood why they were doing self-tapping screws anyway. It's like
it's a
brass insert.
Shut down on it. It's a soft aluminum. That's fine.
Yeah, but if you break it, whose fault is it?
Yeah.
I mean, if they just threaded it,
3 screws in there and it sucked them right in, cut right through with no problem.
Yeah, but if they had just used hex screws, it would have been fine.
something that we all usually have in hand, like right next to the printer.
Something that matches all the rest of the screws that you're already using, and
Mhm.
also doesn't strip the screw head easily.
Yeah. It's probably hard getting self-tapping hex head screws.
But
Yeah.
those weren't self-tapping, as far as I could tell. They were just
They're wood screws. They look like to me.
yeah, they were just like sharp points.
Yep.
They were not fluted self-tappers.
Nope.
Weird,
Yeah, they were
They're
just
either
sharp.
sheet metal or wood screws. I think they're
because they
wood
kept
screws.
calling them self-tapping. Like it says, use
Yeah, so there's-
self-tapping screws.
But I don't know like backgrounds of anybody, but there are different types of self-tapping screws. There's some that have like two little flat blades almost
Yep.
on the end. Those are true metal self-tapping screws. Those screws that they included are just sharp points or like
Wood screws.
points is what I'd call them. Like, but or then there's flat bottomed like hex screws and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I just,
For
I
Mr.
like
for
that.
Mr. Buttram, they can't use a standard
I
one
do
because that to get it as small and compact as it is, they can't have the full. They want that little tiny gear at the end, so it has a custom machined gear.
right. Well, and
It can't be a standard NEMA motor, and I get there's comment on why they didn't go to a pancake motor, but they should have gone to a pancake motor.
actually, I'm okay that they didn't. Now that I've got it, like I was at first, I was like, I wish it was pancake, but it's super tiny to begin with. But also having all that surface area for mounting
Yeah,
is
you
much
really-
better.
you don't need that much surface area if the motor's lighter, because that's all the weight.
But you do for your fans and other like things you're going to mount
Accessories.
on it. Accessories.
You really
Accessories.
don't. I mean, I get what you're saying, but you really don't. I got them all filled, but I could easily do it with one or two. I don't need all four.
No, but I do, and I'm in one who cares.
That's because you're a dumbass.
My printer looks cooler.
No, I don't think so.
I also
Both of my
another gripe I have
look
about it is no manual feed knob.
Yes.
Needs more knobs, definitely.
You're not lying, Bert. It needs a knob.
You know, there is a manual feed knob, but it's on the back side, and you never can get to it.
There's no manual
Actually,
feed.
yeah, there's a manual feed disc on the back.
Everybody likes knobs.
You can actually get your finger on the gear. It's just the drive gear.
Oh no, that doesn't count.
That sticks out a little.
No, it
It's
doesn't.
actually made because they show you can manually feed with that.
But once
you
it's mounted to
can't
the
get
printer,
it
how do
when
you?
it's mounted, so what's the point?
No, and every version of showing they have it is it's mounted
Yeah.
in that one orientation.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
they want you to because of the way they
Logo and the fan's supposed to blow
And the fan's supposed to blow out, not into
into a wall.
mount.
Yeah.
have it. Right.
But like, just any kind of adjustment feed knob would be fantastic.
It's like
I
a
mean, there's
BMG.
definitely room to improve it, which is good. Like it's
Right.
nice that there's room to improve, which means there's going to be another one. It's going to be better. And I do like that you can just slap the regular E3, E6 on the bottom,
Or volcano.
or volcano,
But
or
man,
super volcano,
The volcano sucks attaching on there because there's
because
absolutely no
it's like
headroom.
this clear.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You got to get it all on and then thread it all in with all the wires just slapping you in the face.
Yeah. It's some of the
That's-
things.
That's one of the worst ideas there.
Yeah. It works on a V6 because there isn't as much. I mean, it still sucks on a V6, but it's not as bad. But man, I was like, who designed this?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Well,
not
and-
fair because the V6 came out well before the Chimera. Like, and they sell it without the V6. But why? Again, if you have a thing that can print fast and hot and quickly, why not throw a V6 on or a Volcano on there?
Or like Ivan did, a super volcano.
I will not buy the Super Volcano. That thing just looks too phallic.
You like it. Big
Plus,
red stock.
The one from Stacker, is that the name of the printer? They make a way cooler version. So I think it's called Stacker Printer.
That's the round ceramic heater core, isn't it?
I think so. Stacker3D.com.
I think I know which one you're talking about. It's like the whole heat block is the heater. It's a ceramic heater.
I just think that, like,
It's a big round ceramic heater.
so I see printers like the G Max, and it comes with a standard V6 0.4 nozzle, and I'm like, man, put a fat man on there. Like,
Put a fat man on there.
Like
Yeah.
0.6. I mean, if I was building
that's a good
anything
idea.
over a 300 square cube printer, I mean, even the 300, I'd put a 0.6 on it. It's too damn slow to be putting a 0.4 nozzle on it.
You got to put a
Yes.
1.75 on it.
yeah. And
So on the
print
stacker
Wow.
hot end, the nozzle screws into the heat sink, and it's just smooth. And then you just slide the heat break on from underneath and just tighten it where you want it. So if you want more flow, you rise it up higher. If you want less flow, you bring it down lower.
Oh, that's nice.
Or you get a longer heater cartridge, and it's all one like solid block that you slide in and tighten with one or two screws.
It's a ceramic block, though, isn't it?
It's a metal block with all the heater cartridge and stuff already installed.
Yeah.
But
Right.
the way they do it, the nozzle attaches to the heat sink, and then the nozzle itself just is smooth on the outside, and then you just slide the block in from underneath. So you don't have to spin and do all the screwing and
That is one
magic.
thing I do like about the Creality hot end is it just slides right in there and you tighten it up.
yeah.
So it's easy to like. It's kind of hard to mess that one up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you got like a fuzzy cat above your name, Rama.
That's where the light's not hitting it. There's no light over there because it's
Now
actually
you're petting the kitty.
It's a very sparkly kitty. I think you put glitter on it.
Glitter cat. That was funny. Did you guys watch that with
Glitter cat?
The
The glitter grout.
Oh, I saw the glitter ground.
Yeah. I'll put it in. I don't know what 3D printing Jesus was talking about.
What's this? What?
It's
watch
grout
the
that's got
detector?
glitter in it.
It's like glitter caulk.
Yeah.
It is caulk. It's glitter caulk. You put it over the existing grout. I've seen it before.
Glitter cock.
Yeah.
So
Normal.
if you don't like your plain white caulk, grout in your bathroom, you smear this crap
If you don't like that plain white caulk, huh?
Get one that looks like it's been harassed.
Oh man, look, LDO ships with these nice spun thick wire cables.
Mine didn't.
What's that for? The motor?
It's a motor cable. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My LDO didn't come with that.
What LDO did you get?
I actually got the printed solid pancake motor that.
Huh.
From
All mine have the braided ones.
the heater wire from the
I
Hemera.
sent off to Carl. Carl has it now. When I got the Hemera, I got rid of
Ooh.
the PMG.
That's a nice blue.
It's the heater wire for a 12-volt Hemera
Yeah.
Nice.
that I cut. But I kept
Cut
the
it.
wire because, well, wire is good.
You never know when you're going to need wire.
No, you never do. And then I never used
all the
the.
wire.
I never end up using the hot end wire.
I can't stand that shielded.
Yeah, I threw mine away.
Plastic stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing I wish though is like
It never unkinks.
Some people like the kinks.
Yeah,
just
I prefer kink.
using the different connectors, like that fat blue connector was kind of like, eh.
Yeah, I got rid of all that stuff.
So I got rid. I mean, I've wired it in all differently on mine because of how I
Yeah.
set it up.
I think they expect you to cut it and snip it and put it whatever.
Yeah, because I mean,
I do
you
wish
can't
all the
include
printer
enough
companies.
wire for all the sizes of printers. That's just
Yeah,
unrealistic.
well, it's just it. I wish all the companies would finally just get together and say, let's all use either JST or whatever they're going to decide. Molex, whatever. and just
Molex
everybody
SL.
use it.
Or DuPont SL. I can't remember. The ones that Prusa uses.
Come up with one, use one of the existings, whatever. Just find one and do them all.
It's got a safety tab so it doesn't pop out.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
change these to a freaking right size JST that's in my box.
Yeah, what is up with that?
They should be.
Minis,
Oh, those are half size.
yeah,
Right, it's a half
it's a mini
size.
with too many
on a
pins.
right?
You only need 6 wires, and yet it's got 8 pins. Why?
You need 4 wires
need
and it's
4
got
wires.
6 pins.
But it's-
4 wires.
Because you can wire it differently. You can run it.
Yeah, but the motor can't. The motor
The motor
doesn't have pins.
Yeah.
It's only got 4.
No, it's they got all 6.
It's got 2 windings and 2 windings if you want it to go regularly, but if you want it to go like half steps at a time, like you can do that.
See, 6 pins.
Does it?
It's a half JST. This is just a
Trying to find
cheapo
one.
artillery motor.
Oh, my knee. Crap, that hurt.
But I just don't like the connector as a half size because if I don't have, like, I'd like to be able to just make my own wire.
Yep, me too.
Right, and then I don't have to use.
I usually make my own wire.
You're not cool unless you make your own wire.
I pull my own wire a lot.
Yeah?
It's a lot of wiring to make printers work, man. A lot of wiring. Oh, Superman's coming along nice. Superman.
Seriously.
Who's serious?
Superman.
C-Dub's Nasty P went mute.
There we go.
There you go.
I'm alive.
I'm just trying not to crunch into the mic, that's all.
In your imagination, you're not actually alive.
No, because we're all in the Matrix, see, nobody's really alive.
Well, I mean, you're still alive if you're in the Matrix.
You're just a little blob of human flesh.
Your battery.
No. That was the worst premise.
That was the worst premise, huh?
Like
Trust me,
human
there's worse.
body.
There's worsers.
There is worsers, but the human body does not produce things the way that they explain them like that, and it's just
Heat energy.
Because reasons?
Plenty of
because,
heat energy.
because science. But the rest of it was dope.
Tried to blind you with science?
Hobby Howie. That's what my Hemera is on. It's on my artillery sidewinder.
The second and the third Matrix, I didn't find all that entertaining. Yeah, the second one was all right.
But on the third one, Neo finally scored.
Yeah.
He could also fly like Superman.
He could do that in the second one.
You could do that in the first one at the very end.
Yeah, at the very end, yeah.
I guess
But he knows Kung Fu.
he does,
But he lost
and all of his muscles atrophied, but he still had muscle tone.
Yeah, you know.
well, yeah, the robots work him out every day. They pull him out.
Right, but he still can't walk though because he has muscles atrophied. But they all are still muscle density. I can tell you from experience that when muscles atrophy, they just disappear.
Yep, pretty much.
Not the way I use them.
When you look down and see 2 legs and one's the size of your arm, you're like, well, that's a problem.
Stop hurting your leg.
I have. It hasn't stopped hurting me though.
Oh. It's got a vengeance for you.
It's a bit of a jerk.
Is it a knee-jerk reaction?
Oh, the knee's pretty good.
I got the knee.
Where's Brian Vines?
I don't know. I was just thinking about him.
When aren't you thinking about him? He's so cute.
Mr. Buckham was being a dirty version of him earlier.
You guys ever seen those D-brand cell phone skins, the teardown ones?
Yeah.
I'm really debating getting one for my Note 9 because it would just be sweet.
Well, then do it.
And I need a new case anyways. This one's starting to get haggard.
It's not even a phone. It's
The tortillas must be contagious. At least I don't feel bad. I'm not the only one.
Tortillas?
Yeah, he's pulling out his. And just sneaking one in here and there.
I'm going to avert my eyes. He's pulling at his tortilla.
Yeah.
No, it's throwing away. I end up leaving them open down here, and I'm like, there's like 5 crumbs left. We'll just throw that away.
I had a bag of nacho chips sitting on the bottom there on a printer, and I was like, those have been there for a few months. I'm just going to throw them out. They're probably stale.
You never know until you put it in your mouth.
They were the good ones, too.
That's not the greatest policy.
So back on subject, I was thinking. The more I think about it, Jordan, I think you should whip out that old computer and try Repetier.
Yeah.
I'm really kind of happy with it. The more I played with it, and I did it today, and playing with it, I kind of like it better.
I mean, playing with it, I kind of like it better too.
The
Yeah,
more you play with
know.
something, the more you like it.
Yeah.
So you need to try UBL now.
No.
I need to get a real sensor before I do UBL.
You don't have to have
You
a
don't,
sensor. use
you don't
UBL.
need a sensor at all.
That's the best part.
But I
Yep.
wired it. I want to use it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's different.
Well, once you wire it, just use it then.
I don't need no stinking bed leveling system.
Just a bunch of tape.
I
Not
do
even
because I
a
don't want to do
bunch.
it.
I need it a little bit.
I'm going to go hunting for some bed insulation
I got your
tomorrow.
little spots, pad it up, and you're done. It's
Yoga mat.
That easy.
Yoga mat makes really good insulation.
I'm going to get some duct wrap.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So it's already foil backed, and it's foam base for wrapping ductwork. Then I just
When you
then
said
I can just put foil tape around the edges and
duck wrap, and I'm like, what is he rubbing? What is he doing to the poor duck?
quacking it, man, quacking it.
He's whacking it, putting it on the bill.
Don't forget to get your spare parts if you buy a Sidewinder. Spare parts are your friend.
You need the spare parts to get in.
Connectors do blow.
I do not like the ribbon cable on that.
Yeah, it's not the best. So I bought extra because they do eventually fry.
I don't. So I'm going to challenge that statement one way though, Llama. It's not the ribbon cable that's the problem. It's the way that they don't strain relief it at the connector.
Yeah, but ribbon cables aren't made to move. They're made to sit still. Now, there are ribbon cables that are Mylar backed. If you like looking at, because I've had this argument before, and people go, oh, your regular inkjet printer has, ribbon cables in them. Yeah, but it's a Mylar backed printed ribbon cable. It's not a rubber backed standard, wire bound.
All ribbon cables are made in China. The printer's made in China. Therefore, all ribbon cables are Mylar backed.
Yeah.
I use that logic all the time.
Chinese people are Mylar backed. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
I'm just saying the cable isn't the problem.
It's the user.
It's yeah, but
it's the connection point. That's all it is.
relief that properly is almost impossible.
Strain relief is definitely an issue on a lot of printers.
Yeah.
Moving that strain down that ribbon cable.
My favorite is when people
another
put
point.
cable chains on their printers and they're like, why does this keep breaking? Because you put cable chains on it.
Yeah,
What's wrong with the cable chain?
Cable chains are supposed to be supported by a channel. That's
Right.
And they'll put it in free, like they'll put it on this axis and it's just hanging out back there,
Yeah,
like sagging
And,
because the weight.
cable chains are made to have double insulated wires in them too.
So my cable chain is mounted firm on one end and then connected to the printer on this end. So it rolls like this.
That can
Right.
work.
It's all right,
But
now
most of the
you're
time
looking-
you'll
you
see them
have-
on the x-axis and it's like
hang on.
this.
You have 1, 2, 3, 4 lengths of the whole bend. That's where your bending your wires are.
And
Now,
the wire that's inside of it has internal strain relief built into it. It's Cat
Well,
6.
there you go.
or
But
Cat
you
6.
need to unclip and clip and get everything into them. If you put too few wires in there at that bend, because it's not a true arc, it's a bunch of straight slots, straight bend, you have a single bend area. If there's too few wires in there, they move around, rub on that hard plastic cable chain, and break. If you put too many in there, it pinches when it goes around the corner and breaks it.
If you got a bend, when you rub on it, you might want to see a doctor.
Yeah, you might want to see a doctor. But not to get it bad, because they're still better than just loose wires dangling over. Don't get me wrong. And I'll still take a cable chain over that plastic wrap crap that comes with all the cheap printers, because that stuff's absolutely pointless.
That's the fiber wrap stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is that?
But having a,
Split
I don't
loom
have-
fiber wrap.
split loom or the fiber wrap or any of those semi self-supporting wraps are far better for this application.
I like this.
They're not bad. Don't get me wrong. They're not terrible. They're
That's
not
what I'm-
you do.
Just
You
don't
just have
support
to-
it on the x-axis. That's
Yeah.
where the issue comes in. Most people are doing that, and then it's just sagging and causing issues. And
So what I did is I made sure that mine was mounted on one side solid, and then the other end that was going to get all the movement was mounted this way.
Yeah.
And then with no wires in it, it was perfectly level. So then once the wires went in, it actually, see how it's kind of got its own kind of arc there?
The wires are actually pushing it up.
The wire, because the wire is Cat 6 that has that plastic cross piece in it for strain relief built into the wire, it's actually giving itself the arc that it wants. So I'm not forcing it. So that's the problem, is when people force it into a shape, you want to let the wire do its own thing. And
well, that's why it's supposed to be supported in a channel.
Yeah.
Like the biggest thing, like I used to be in Folder Tech's forums there and Facebook all the time, and everyone was complaining about the cable chains and the pinching the wires, and they're like, cable chains are great, but they keep pinching my wire. It's like they were putting like 8 times more wire in this little itty bitty cable chain that was supposed to be fitting there.
Well, and if you don't constrain both ends of it, then it's just free balling all over the place, not doing whatever.
Free balling.
That's right.
Yeah, I've had people. I actually think I put it in my video. I used, the automotive. I call it automotive split loom because I've been in the automotive industry forever. And I had the guy send me a picture, and he goes, "See, mine's split, and I'm using the split loom." And he's got the cable tie on the wires with the split loom like a half an inch above it, and whining because the wire split at the split loom because he never tie wrapped the actual split loom. You know what I mean? Like, no kidding, dude. The split loom's not doing anything but making it worse at this point.
No. So Ryan asked a question, and I got an answer for him. The wire that I used is
Penis.
24 gauge Cat 6.
It's not just me, Zane.
What's that? What are you laughing at? What I missed?
Penis.
Is he gonna chip his beard?
Very fashionable.
It's a new trend.
Is that keep the cookie crumbs out of your tip of your beard? Is that it?
Yeah. It stops me from getting paint in my beard when I'm painting.
Keeps the baby birds from falling out.
I hate when they get in there.
So that's solid core copper wire.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's usually
So
solid
it
core.
will eventually break on you, probably.
Whatever. I don't care. There's the only power that's running through that Cat 6 is for a BL touch and fans.
Well, they're talking why stranded allows for movement. Solid core will break if it moves too many times.
Right.
This will be fine.
It will until it isn't.
Yeah. But that's why the heater wire is silicone flexible wire.
Yeah, twisted pair, twisted whatever.
Why? Because I didn't use the Cat 6 for moving the wire, like the heater cartridge.
And actually, the Cat 6 is semi-twisted anyways because they twist it around each other, so it gives it a little more flex anyways.
Mr. Buttrum's trying to be scientific. He just said the printers move often.
Some of these XT30s. These are fun little connectors.
Only if you're using them.
Printers move many times per print. Yes, they do.
I don't know. Do they?
Mine doesn't. Look at it. It's just sitting here.
Yeah, mine's not moving. None of them are. Look at it. They're just sitting there. They're all lazy.
Yeah, I got an
I'm off this time of night.
XT30s for the heater wire. And silicone 16
One of the
gauge.
ones with the pull tab built into it, so you don't yank on the wires. Hold that back up.
No, these are just.
Oh, that's the two of them plugged in. Yeah, the one they had worn with those things, if those are nice, good quality, and they're tight fitting, when I'm all done with the wires, I always put a fat, long piece of heat shrink over the whole plug and keep the actual plug a little bit. So when you go to unplug it, you don't yank on the wires.
But I like to yank on my wire.
Yeah, we know. Please don't do that, Green.
You can't see what's underneath the table.
But these little guys are nicer than just using a whatever connector.
Yeah, no, I'll use XT30 or XT60. I use XT30 on the head and
Yeah,
XT60
these
on the bed.
Greg told me about these, and I got them. And then I went, so I was going to use 18 gauge wire, and he said, "Oh, you can get away with 16." I said, "Okay."
Yeah, I think mine are all 16 gauge.
So my hot end is wired directly from the hot end all the way back down to the board.
Yeah, I always put a plug at the hot end because I tear them apart too often. Mr. Buttram here is being a dirty version of Brian Vines tonight, big time.
Mr. Butcher's probably gotten into that Indiana sauce.
Now I want a snack. Darn you, Vert.
Yeah, Vert, quit being
Man,
a snack.
good. Sorry.
All right, I'm coming back.
Hungry.
Grabbing snacks.
I'm dirtier than it. I try, you know.
Another buttered peanut butter sandwich cookie.
Oh, everybody's snacking now. Yeah, it's contagious.
Well, 3 hours ago, Murph has posted that they have no intentions of canceling. Their current,
Just try not to crunch into the mic.
they checked with health officials. Everything says they say there's no reason to cancel.
Just overreaction.
That might change in the next 3 weeks, but
Look,
I don't see it.
I'm just gonna tell you, I don't want to get sick with anything, regardless of what it is right now. I can't afford to get sick for something. So coronavirus, the flu, I just don't want it. So I don't put myself in that position. Secondly, I just don't have the money to go right now. So there you go.
In the same boat.
But I mean, we just had, I think Canada or Ontario just had another death from the coronavirus. It was an 80-year-old woman.
She was probably on her way out already anyway. Like,
the flu that's where some of the problem is that there's not enough. Like, this is a widespread global flu. Like, I don't think anyone can ever debate that this is a widespread issue. It's not just like a regular run-of-the-mill flu. But the reason why the numbers are so high, so it's at 3% death rate right now, is because they don't actually know how many people do have the damn virus,
Well, that's just it.
aren't sick, that don't die. Like, so, and also they're not producing a lot. Like, the numbers that are coming out, they keep talking about the death rates and everything like that, but they're not talking about the ages. So the elderly and the young and the immunocompromised are the ones that are having it.
Because here's the other thing.
If 30-year-old kids in New York City were dropping dead on the middle of it, like, then there's a problem. That's where there's a problem.
No, it's still a problem. I mean, like, I go to visit my father now, and the door's gated off, and you got to go in, and you got to. It's like a small interrogation when you walk in the door.
But they do that when there's a heavy.
Rest home full of 180-year-old plus people.
Yeah.
Understandable.
But they do that same procedure during a heavy flu season.
oh,
Yeah.
Cool Ranch.
Oh well, they just shut it down during a heavy flu season because they did 2 weeks ago. They had it shut down.
Yeah.
But they don't go to the extreme they're going now because they had it locked up.
That's only because of the unknown.
Right.
We know what the flu does. We know how it reacts. We know
we also don't have any kind of cure. A regular flu, even though we don't have a cure for it, if elderly people start getting sick from it, we can treat it to a point to ease.
Well, that's when you get
their pain or
to lessen the risk.
It's a lower risk. They're gonna find, and there was a guy on the news this morning because I'm so tired of watching the news. I won't put it on anymore, but my mom was watching it, and there was 2 things that really made it to me. Is one of the doctors outright said, "Look, our death rate for the coronavirus is higher because we're not getting the actual amount of people that have it in that number. Because it's still going to be higher. It's just not going to be, instead of being like 0.2%, which is what regular everyday flu, 0.2% of the people that get the flu die from it.
Every year in the States,
0.1 people to die from the flu every year that get 1,000 out of 1,000. The coronavirus, we're up to 4% right now in the U.S. already. but we don't have test kits. That's of the people we've tested. There's probably tens of thousands of people that already have it and don't even know it.
Well, that's right. And if you can't dilute the numbers
Right.
with non-sick people,
On that note, he still says we're going to find it's going to drop from 4%, but it's still going to be way higher than the regular flu for the simple fact that we don't have a vaccine for it. We don't have any.
and it's the first go
We're
around.
still going to have a higher death rate on it. He's figuring once we get all the stats in 6 months' time and they final it out, they're going to find it's like 1 to 1.5%, he figures. Now, the next thing he brought up, and no one can answer it, is the third or fourth highest country in the world with coronavirus right now, or the third highest in Europe, I think it is Germany. Germany is the third or fifth highest in the world, and third highest in Europe. Whatever. They have a pretty high rate of people with it. One, they're testing fucking everybody. They're just automatically testing everybody.
South
South
Korea is testing every single person.
They've not had one death. Not one. Why? How are they getting away with not having a single person in that whole freaking country dying from it?
It's Hitler's long game.
Genetically superior, apparently.
That's right. And now for
Superior
Mr. Buttram, the C-Dub's nasty P, the P could stand for a lot of things. It could be penis.
It could just be pee.
Could be
It's like the whole
pole.
percentage thing with the coronavirus seems kind of bullshit. Let's talk about raw numbers. It's like, is that 4% of the country? 4% of the people diagnosed? Like
4% of the people they've known have it.
so that's
Basically,
a useless
4%
number.
of the
No, it
people
is.
that
No,
are
the thing is,
registered and known
and
and tested with the coronavirus have
It's
died.
90% fear mongering. Like,
Yeah.
and it's just
It's something you got
More
to
people
look
get
out
hit by
for.
cars like and die.
Just like the regular flu. It's a little bit worse. There's no question. It is an international, worldwide issue. It is worse. It's a nastier flu. If you do get it and you get affected by it, it's just gnarly. And what they're saying, it's a bad flu. It's still just a flu.
Yeah.
I have to wonder if it wasn't for the fact that it hit China.
Hands, don't.
If it didn't hit China first
people in some
and load up the amount of people that they're sick from China, so China shut down completely. They never came back from Chinese New Year. They were reporting massive amounts of people being sick, and that started the trend of it. If that had never come out like that, then people in the state, like, there would just be doctors all over going, "Oh, everyone's got the flu. Okay, this is odd."
Exactly. Yep, that's exactly what would happen. And again, I'm not downsizing it. It is bad. It's worse than normal. More people are going to die from it than usual. There are some. The guy who died in New York was like 40. He wasn't old.
I hope all the people who are hoarding toilet paper die,
Well, yeah. But, do you see that post? I think it's on Facebook.
or they just run out of or they have unbearable diarrhea for the entire time that they have all this extra toilet paper.
There's a really good sign from it's like a sign from Quickie Mart or something, and it's like it basically goes on about we're sorry because all the dumbasses that are having a hissy fit bought all our toilet paper. When they're all done and die from some other disease or buried or I don't know, suffocating in their pile of toilet paper, we'll be back to normal. Sorry, your toilet paper's not available. It was just read so funny because it's like posted on the door of the store. It's like morons bought up all our toilet paper. Sorry. Soon they'll suffocate in all their toilet paper and die, and we'll get it all back.
It's like lanes on the freeway are just opening up,
What Chris isn't showing us is the other side of the basement full of toilet paper.
And hand sanitizer. And masks.
I don't even own hand sanitizer. I don't even have antibacterial soap in the house.
Just grind some dirt into it, it'll be fine.
But I think the thing is I'm sure if we left a 3D printing store one day, just loaded up with shopping cart full of filament, people would be like, "Filament, go buy it, go buy it." Just panic sets in.
I mean,
People think, "Oh, I need it."
I don't know, but The news media is kind of blowing it up worse than it is because you talk to any of the doctors and they're like, relax, it's a flu. It's a bad flu. It will kill more people than normal because we don't have a vaccine for it. So more people are actually going to get it.
It's the
I have a
flu.
feeling we're all going to get it anyways because it's at the point now where you are not going to stop it. And as long as you live a normal everyday life, you're going to end up with it one way or another.
Can't stop the signal now.
Well, it's too widespread, and you're not going to stop it now. It's going to spread. Unless you lock everything down like they did in China, it's going to spread.
Lock it down.
I'm back.
You know what's crazy? I started posting some of my designs to Thingiverse, and you'll never guess the most popular thing I posted is
Coronavirus model.
a funnel. It's number one. I'm like, why? It's
P funnel.
just a funnel.
Now, why did you feel that? Like, why did you post the funnel? Just because?
Just cause.
He designed it.
I designed it.
Okay.
Feel like good.
It's like my shelf brackets. I posted those.
Because some stuff I see posted on Thingiverse is just like, why did somebody post that? Like, can't somebody else just? I just assume people can model stuff. I guess that's my problem.
Yeah, that's my
Before that, the most popular thing was like a parts tray. It was just a 200 by 200 like open top box.
Hey man, simplicity sometimes.
I posted a 200 by 200 by 200 like box with a top. Oh man, people were all over that too.
And we already have a PLA shortage.
Maybe it's just because of your name. Maybe they're like, oh, Vert made it. I got to get on it.
I doubt it. It's like, oh, storage box. I need that. Like, I gotta put my toilet paper in it.
Did you guys see Brian Vines' sweet video today?
I didn't.
Was he naked?
Not yet. That's coming
Let's
up on
hope
the
not.
season finale.
Okay.
No, he was talking about storage boxes and upcycling, and
Oh yeah, I saw that post. I didn't get a chance to watch it.
it's good stuff. Watch it.
It's actually it is a pretty good video.
You're
It's
a pretty
also
good video.
your average typical BV3D kick-assery.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know what it is about Cool Ranch Doritos, but they're addicting.
Like, I posted the model for this, and people just like 100 people, but like downloaded it. Like,
Hey, you made that in Tinkercad, didn't you?
no, FreeCAD.
Because it's not circular. That's why I was wondering. Tinkercad, like, if you want to make something not be faceted as a circle, you have to like interlay like 3 of them in there and offset each one by certain degrees. And
Is it just me or is Brian Vines kind of the Mr. What's that freaking old guy that did the kid shows there?
Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers. He's like Mr. Rogers of internet 3D printing, huh? Those
Yep.
videos remind me of it, like a Mr. Rogers video.
He is the dad
Tone
of
of voice
3D
he
printing.
portrays when he does it. Kind of funny.
Yeah, he is. It's the funniest guy I know.
Mr. Rogers was a Green Beret.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Really? That's not true?
It's not true. He was never in the military.
Oh, that would have been great.
Yeah. It was Mr. Not Mr. Bob Ross. He was in the Air Force.
but he had to have a haircut back then, so that's why he rebelled and never let it go.
Actually, he was
What?
broke. And when
Captain
they met him,
Kangaroo in the military,
that hair.
got
his
booted.
perms are cheap.
I can swear I heard something about that too. Captain
What?
Kangaroo was in the military and actually got booted out.
Yeah, Captain Kangaroo was a real captain of the military. That makes
No, he was like in
Of the
Army.
Kangaroo Force.
sense. He was Kangaroo Squad. Mount up.
Like Tank Girl.
Bob Ross. Happy little tree.
I'm gonna put a heater cartridge.
In your mouth?
I was gonna put it on my nose, but yeah,
Plug it in and then put it up your nose.
Yeah.
up your nose with a rubber hose. You want to know
Hey.
what's like one of the scariest things to do? Test thermal runaway with a heater cartridge pulled out. because the thing just starts glowing like bright orange, and then you're like, turn off. Okay, good, it went off.
I like all the videos where people burn their printer down back in the old days when they were testing for that. Didn't
Marlin's dangerous.
Angus do that too? Didn't he burn up a printer just to test it?
Do you want to? The fastest way to test an Ender 3 if it has thermal runaway is plug in some sort of power to the board. So like USB power, like either just off a USB block or an Octoprint or like a little battery backup pack for your phone to recharge it, right? Plug it in. The screen will turn on. Tell it to start heating the printer. And in a few seconds, it'll go thermal runaway. Because there's no power to the heater. It can't heat it. But the thermistor registers.
I just pull the thermistor out from the board as it's printing and see if it works.
I had a problem. It takes more than a couple minutes for like an actual printer to catch fire, though. Like you got to have some serious like lack of protection and just not be paying attention at all.
If I wasn't home, like,
well, yeah,
smoke alarm here, but who's going to hear it? I'm not home.
But like some of the protections, it's just like, oh, you've got 20 seconds and thermal runs away. Like, takes a lot more than 20 seconds.
But like I said, the Ender 3, like, it's the fastest way to test it, because I had a problem the one day where I kept trying to print something and it kept saying thermal runaway, and I was like, what the hell is going on here? Why is it not? It's not printing, because the G code tells it to heat up first and then to home the axis, but it kept going thermal runaway. I didn't realize that I didn't turn the printer on, but it was plugged into my Raspberry Pi, which was powering it. So the screen was registered. It was connected through the Octoprint and everything.
Oh yeah, those Melzi boards can actually be run off a 5-volt for some reason.
So can the SKR Mini E3, because they were so lazy they copied it identically.
Yeah. I prefer the SKRs where there's a jumper that says "Do not power me off a 5-volt" or power me off a 5-volt.
Yeah.
Do it.
Well, that's the thing, is I'm really tempted to crack open this USB cable that I'm using and just modify and just cut the power pin out of it, so that it's not got the power wire.
So it doesn't turn the printer on just because you got the Pi on?
No, because the thing is also when I shut the printer off, if I'm done the print, I don't leave them running if I'm not there.
Right, neither do I.
I just turn them off if I'm not using it. But the Octoprint keeps the screen going, and it can kind of get like a high-pitched noise, and I'm not a big fan.
Not a big fan of the high-pitched noise. Can't imagine why that is.
Oh, you should hear this printer when I turn it on. The power supply fan is starting to seize up from sitting when it's not on. It works perfectly fine when it's running. It's never stopped. But a
couple drops of oil in it.
Wheels. Yeah, I just haven't because it's on the underside of the printer.
Gotta lube your bearings.
Being a lazy, flip it over and put a couple drops of oil on it.
I
mean, the oil doesn't last that long anyways. I found it makes them usable again, but usually within a month, I'm just buying a new fan and plugging it in. Basically, when they start squealing it, I oil it and I order a new fan.
I looked at buying a new fan versus a new power supply, like replacing it with a Meanwell, but it's a big ass power supply, so I'm just going to get a new fan.
Yeah. Well, I just get a really big fan. Every one of mine, I take they got like a 50 or 60 millimeter fan in there. I take it out and I put like a 80 or a 120 on there, cut a big hole in the case, slap it on there. No more problems.
That'll do.
I got drivers.
Just a few.
There's a couple. It feels nice being organized.
Until you can't find anything.
Alexa.
I will take the label maker out.
Yeah, but you'll be like, okay, last time I saw those drivers, it was in this plastic bag, in this box over here. And where'd my box go?
Yeah.
I always ask that question every morning.
Crap, and I can never find it.
Where'd my box go? And then you remember. Yeah. Okay.
Normal Monday.
Yeah, sure is that.
I actually have one drawer that holds all of the boxes, so it's actually pretty nice.
It's a big drawer.
Mm-hmm.
Got them big drawers.
Oh yeah, girl.
Or them big boxes.
Have you guys tried a Pi 4 yet?
Yeah, I've got one.
It's right here.
Is it anything really advantageous over any other
It's just
Pi?
a lot faster.
Yeah.
Are they actually
But
fast?
not for what we use it for.
Yeah, you wouldn't notice much difference between a 3B.
But if they're on
Maybe
sale,
does it
Sure.
boot up faster?
nope, slower. Haven't you seen Tom Salamander?
Yep.
Did
Right, well, too, Salamander. Same-
did a
same
ton-
thing, or-
did a ton of videos on it, or a ton of testing on it, comparing
I
it
think I
to
did watch
loading, booting, getting to the splash screen, not getting to it, and
I've actually noticed that rebooting is a hell of a lot faster.
I think
Yeah, I try
Chris
not to
Riley
watch-
did it too, didn't he?
I don't watch any Tom videos. That's just
Like cold boot might take a little longer, but rebooting is like seconds.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
biggest
Chris
problem
Riley
with
did one.
Pi. It literally takes like a minute or two for it to boot up, load, and then be able to connect to it.
Chris
Tom
Like
has
if
to
I-
make stuff up, and he doesn't know how to do stuff. So it's always fun watching his videos to watch him fail. But
Yeah,
like his
yeah.
linear rail video was hilarious. Like, I'm gonna just use this hammer because that's a tool that I install rails with. And he's like, rails are bad. I'm like, did you really need a video where you poorly install rails to tell me that rails are bad? Because we can just tell from your install that they're not going to work.
Like if I did like an update on Octopi and I had to reboot, it takes like seconds for it to come back up compared to the
yeah,
3B.
That
Yeah.
MPCNC build is not even. That's a hush whisper of things. You don't start that conversation. It's
I've actually got both. I've got the 3B and the 4B.
What? Lucky guy.
It's like the
Got all
3B is just sitting here.
got all the bees, yo.
It's right there.
I have a
But
ton
do you
of
have a
threes.
preview?
I have one
What?
pie.
I have
two. Actually, I think I got a third one around there somewhere.
yeah, I've got way too many pies.
I
There's
got like a
3 being
Pi
unused
2
right now because I used to have 1 pie per printer back when I had Octoprint. Now I only need 3 pies for all my printers.
You should eat them.
I don't like the taste of
Pie,
Raspberry Pi boards.
crunchy.
Yeah, and the copper and lead really upset my stomach.
I am in need of more pies. I'm back to using some SD cards here and there, and it's a pain in my ass.
cherry, strawberry, and chocolate. I like
That's how I level my bed. Oh boy.
Me too.
I've seen people do it though.
I
Hey,
have.
But then it's actually level.
To the floor.
Yeah, that's fine. How else am I going to get things watertight?
Yeah, come on.
You're supposed to level the bed to the gantry though.
No, you're not. You don't level anything to the gantry to the bed. You parallel them.
Whatever. Tram it.
Tramp it.
What's up, Ryan
Yeah,
Vines?
tramp it.
Hey, we were just talking about you. Your ears burning?
We were just talking about it. It was like an hour ago.
No, it wasn't.
Feels like.
Multi
been on
instances
2
of
hours.
pie.
You got
I
a
like
tramp
the
stamp it? Got it.
You know what, Ryan? I did level the bed, the table that they're sitting on because I built it on the wall.
Oh, that's not fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's in Canada, so it goes out of level twice a year. I have no idea where that came from.
I don't know why, but
It
that was
sounded
neat.
good for a second. You know, when the Earth tilts, it goes the other side or something.
Sounded like a llama thing to do.
Yeah, it just sounded
I
funny.
didn't get it.
Funny crap in my head. All the time. Just once in a while, a couple of them slip out.
But that wasn't funny, so I don't know what's in your head.
I don't know. We're all laughing. It was funny.
It was dangerous.
It was kind of stupid and funny, but it was still funny. Anyway.
Oh yeah, we're chit-chatting about Pi server software.
Yeah, we did that already.
Yep.
And Brian Vines
Yeah, we chatted about Brian Vines.
and his
We
super
chatted
sweet
about
Brian Vininess.
And
Then
like
we're fucking doing
buttstream.com.
a dirty version of Brian Vines. Let's see what else.
The dirty version of Brian Vines.
Yeah, that's Patreon.com.
It's okay. At least you were laughing. You can laugh at me. You can laugh with me. It don't matter. As long as you're laughing, I don't care.
As
Any
long as
publicity is good publicity.
You know
God.
about that, Vert.
I just
I
found a
guess.
picture on Facebook. It's like one of those claw machine games.
And it's full of toilet paper?
And it's full of toilet paper.
Oh, yeah. Seen it.
That's funny. I haven't seen that one yet.
I blame the internet.
Yeah, I blame the news media. All sides.
But I think I'm going to print a claw machine game just for that joke.
Did you guys watch Jim live stream earlier?
Easy
Edge
pie.
of Tech.
I watched a little bit of the Edge of Tech.
Yeah, you did. I
Yeah,
saw
I
you
watched
there.
it today.
Some of the Techno Jesus.
There's some sort of
Jesus.
giveaway thing going on now or something.
TiVo apparently is going out of business.
Yeah, I heard
He's
that.
basically taking over for the Ketchy. Him and Pooch are going to turn that into the new Ketchy. So instead of doing a community hashtag community catch up, you hashtag is hot link or whatever it is.
Hot makes.
Hot makes, is that it?
Hot makes.
Which is cool. I'm all for it. I was actually thinking about getting a hold of them guys and going, look, if you're not going to keep Ketchy up, why don't you maybe we'll do it, or get somebody else to do it, or take turns doing it. And I kind of liked Ketchy. It was fun.
I enjoy the Catchy. It was fun.
Yeah, well, it wasn't always 3D printing, too. A lot of times it was, other makey, hobby kind of cool. It was just cool stuff. Stuff you don't always see.
So the rip tab is up here, but below the rip tab is the seal. Thanks, Brusa.
Good job.
So it was hot
The bench still held on with zip ties, right?
Ziploc seal. Yeah, I like to catch you just because you always saw stuff on there you never would have seen otherwise. You know what I mean?
Sometimes it was just a replay of my Twitter feed, which is kind of
Right.
frustrating.
Actually, you were on there a lot.
Well, I'm everywhere some days. Like,
Yeah, but that was cool though because
there are some days where I'm less like I'm noticing. I look at my I can't. There's days where I don't leave the notification page. There's just so much going on that I don't even bother looking at what's happening new. I just
the edge of ketchup.
Yeah, it was
like that. The edge of ketchup. You should post that.
Is that the crusty stuff that forms on the edge of the bottle?
Oh, are you saying they're crusty?
Well, I think it's weird that ketchup, is weird because tomatoes are fruit, so like technically that's a fruit smoothie in a bottle.
It's true.
Smoothie in a bottle.
Yeah, and we're putting fruit smoothie on everything. Like,
don't get technical with me, Bert.
I don't really like ketchup all that much. I put it on French fries, and that's about it.
It's like, why would you dunk your French fries in a fruit smoothie?
I think it should be called the edge of condiments. Because then he's not limited, right? Like he can.
Yeah, Pop-Tarts or ravioli.
They are.
Wrong dough.
Wait, would that make mini wheats raviolis too?
No, because the mini wheats, unless you get the new filled ones, don't have anything inside.
Well, the mini wheats that I get are filled then.
Why do you get filled mini wheats?
Because mini wheats are good.
Granny wheat meat mini bun.
Watermelon's a berry. Yep. Just look it up. It's an awfully big berry. Like,
I know. I've seen pretty big guys named Barry.
well, yeah.
But have you seen their watermelon?
Yes.
Have you seen Barry's melons?
Hey, yours is still working.
Yeah.
I broke mine.
Stop breaking it.
I broke it real good. I think this filament's just a little cruddy. Just old.
Glint blue.
Oh, that's the second generation one, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, this one's the first gen.
Ah, so you need Gen 2.
No, you need Gen 1.
Got to get up to date.
I think you guys should stop speak, Tom. I think you guys should stop sharing Jen.
No.
Whoever she is.
We're trying to spread the gen.
She's a nice
next gen.
Next.
I'm gonna make a YouTube channel called the Edge of Next Gen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it up.
I'm
Make it happen.
Or do like an Amish channel called the Edge of No Tech.
Welcome to my basement. There's a
We
butter churn.
We got a spinning
and
wheel
a cow.
over here, and a butter churner.
You can interview Amish people, and you'd be like, "So what's it like not having the internet?" And you're just like, "Oh, I get pictures of your mom through the mail."
This is the light blue, glint blue. Do I have the darker one somewhere that I can show the difference?
Low tech basement.
Yeah.
But Jim's moved to the garage now.
Low tech garage. Yeah, there you go.
The edge of the garage.
Yeah.
I just hope they don't do the show at the same time that he does his regular shows because it's too early.
You're too early.
I am.
That's actually perfect time.
It's not. I have two small children. It's bedtime.
7 o'clock? It's going to be bedtime when it's over.
7 o'clock Eastern, the kids go to bed.
Just send them to bed early.
Too early.
Yeah, be like today you're going to bed at 5. So
my kids are 5 and 4. How late do you think they stay up, Mama?
Till midnight.
We used to keep the kids up. I used to keep my nieces and nephews up so they'd stay in bed in the morning. They'd sleep late.
Yeah, but we need to get up in the morning because we got to get ready for school.
We actually don't send them to school.
We actually send our children to school in Canada. I don't know.
I say just
homeschool. Usually when I was babysitting, so it was like, stay up all night. Here's some chocolate. Here's some soda. Have a nice day.
Terrible.
All hopped up on sugar.
We used to do that at EB Games, so people used to drop their kids off and go shopping at the Target right next door, and like the kids would be there for like an hour, and eventually we just started giving them candy.
The Nintendo.
Yeah, we just give them candy because they would annoy us the entire time. Like we were just like, here's some candy, and then they'd be all hyped up on candy when they got when the parents picked them up.
Yep.
Give them energy drinks and candy. Just be like, here you go. You can have them back now.
Yep.
I was like, we're not babysitters. Y'all need to stop leaving your 10-year-olds in here like for an hour. Like we're not responsible for what they do.
That's funny.
So I'm glad I don't work there anymore because I definitely don't want to be around
10-year-olds
kids that they don't even want to take care of them.
Yeah, Ryan, the catchy was a little late because of being on the Pacific Coast.
The Pacific Coast.
Which one is that? The Pacific Coast.
It's the one on the left.
Okay.
Well,
just making sure.
It depends. Is it if I'm looking up or if I'm looking down?
I have no idea.
Is that kind of like how
if you go left, you'll eventually get anywhere in the world because it's round. Unless you're a flat earther, then you fall off the edge and die.
Or a flatbedder.
Is that like the people that don't understand how like Hawaii and Alaska are like so hot and so cold, but right next to each other?
Yeah.
Okay. They're like off the coast, down south there.
It's normal. I always love when people don't know that Alaska's in Canada.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got to travel through us to get to more you.
Yeah.
You got to travel through us to get to more you. That's interesting.
Can you
just take a boat?
Freaking skirt right over your lazy asses.
Yes, because That's a more efficient way of getting there. Is just drive and stop in Washington and take a boat over, or Oregon or wherever. I don't know what's on the
Yeah,
top.
you boat.
Take the Oregon Trail.
The Oregon Trail.
We all died of exposure.
Yep. I might still. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm really surprised. No diet soda tonight. You feeling okay?
Well, that was the energy drinks.
It was diet energy drink.
Well, like there's this. Like,
Is that your pee?
no.
Yeah,
it's like a pink color. Like, yeah, that's.
You better go see a doctor, man.
Dude, is that
It's all
Hawaiian
blood.
Punch?
For the coronavirus.
No.
It's a big bottle of Hawaiian Punch, isn't it?
It looks like Gatorade.
It's more like it's like an amino powder you put in water.
Fancy
It's his workout
Gatorade.
juice.
Are you working out? Like,
No, I just like it.
you got the gains?
It's good for like an energy boost.
Yeah, for while you're working out and pumping the iron and
Yeah, you know.
He's pumping the keys.
Yeah.
jerking.
Jerking and jerking.
All right, that drawer and that bag are now.
It's got lots of
full
caffeine in it, you know.
Why are you caffeine loading so late in the evening?
Because if I don't get like 2 grams of caffeine a day, I like lose my shit.
He just poops everywhere. Just
It just loses it.
just
Just
explosive
loses it
diarrhea.
right out.
Starts
Can't
leaking.
function.
He starts wearing size small shirts. He's lost so much poop. Chris, we gotta get you a new hat, buddy.
Huh? I have 3 of these.
I can put my hat on.
Why don't you just wear no hat?
There we go.
This is the one that stays in the basement. It's cold down here. It's 16C down here.
Turn some
New hat.
printers on.
Turn some printers on. Yep.
Yeah,
They're on.
you gotta heat the bed.
Need more.
Just surround my desk with printers and be like, the warmth of my printers.
Start cooking some Pet G on there and just.
No, I think I want
Oh, wait, I forgot. You run your Pet G at like 60.
Okay, I'm too hot now.
See, if I collected a whole bunch of failed and broken 3D printers and took all the heated beds, I could slide them in between the floor joists and I could have heated, radiant floors.
Yeah, with a power bill through the roof.
Yeah, radiant floors kind of kick your power bill up anyways.
Not if they're hydronic.
Still
Ironically, 2 grams of coffee would make me lose my shit.
Robbie Mack wakes up in the morning, takes 2 sniffs of the coffee cup, and he's off shitting. That's powerful stuff.
I can't poop until I have my coffee in the morning, so
You have a serious caffeine addiction.
I do. I'm down to 1 or 2 cups a day. I used to drink 8, 10.
I'm up to like 6 energy drinks a day. Like,
I've never had a cup of coffee.
not once. Not a coffee guy.
You too cool for school?
I don't even drink caffeine.
You do?
I don't drink any caffeinated soda. I mean, I really don't drink any soda. I just drink water and orange juice. That's usually like my 2 vices.
Vices, though.
Yep.
Need more of them stimulants, you know?
Mhm.
Got to mix those uppers and downers.
That's what I do.
Evens you right out.
You've got too much caffeine happening there, Bert.
Well, I gotta offset the downers, you know?
Well, that and he's got to keep on working on that firmware.
Well, yeah, but
He's getting juiced up for a late night of coding.
if I get issue reports, I haven't gotten issue reports yet.
Oh, man.
Chris is issuing some reports right now. They might be TPS reports, but they're reports.
Yeah, I'm going to send you a bunch of TPS reports. I'll remember to put the cover letter on it, though.
Yeah, make sure you're using that new cover sheet. We really got to crack down on that.
Yeah, like Sean's not bothering me anymore. It must be working. Because it was like rapid fire, like, oh, this is wrong, this isn't right, it's not working, it's not doing this, and it was just like patch, 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 patch. And then he stopped saying anything, so I guess it's okay.
Yep. And then Caveman had a few, and then you're like, patch, and he
Yeah.
was like, all right.
It's like I know how to fix it. I just I missed a few things. It's like I wasn't ready to that was like it was definitely like, okay, try this stage.
Yeah, I like how there was what was it, 2 nights ago? You're like, hey, you want to try this? And he's like, yeah, sure, I could try that. And then you're like, the next day, here's a video.
Yeah. It's like, oh, it's done. It's just like, I asked you to test it, not post a video.
And the beta testers tested it, and they gave you the feedback, and it's not working, right?
Apparently.
Yeah. How much faster was that than Marlin?
We won't talk about that.
Well, to be fair, you're also channeling it towards one pocket, right?
Yeah.
If
but when you have beta testers
like, out to different pockets, they could compile it a lot faster.
Yeah, but imagine if Marlin had just like let's say all I had was Prusas, and they could just be like, all right, we have this firmware, test it on all your Prusas, make sure it works.
Yeah,
that's basically what we have.
Here's the Creality dump. Go.
Yeah. So with Marlin, like you have all G-Tech printers, so you can test it, but if you had another guy, that way you can he has other things he might have on his printer and be able to okay, this doesn't work for me. And you're like, okay, we can fix it. It would make it faster. And that's basically what we did was you made it. I tested on one printer. It worked fine, but
it's like I have these printers. Like, can you integrate these things? And I was like, yeah, we could do that.
Yep. And you got 2 extra patrons and some cash monies under the table.
I think I got more than 2 patrons.
Oh shit! I gotta sign up too.
That'd be cool.
But Chris gave you a reach around, so that's much better.
Mm-hmm. Under the table, though.
He did drop me 50, but
always under the table.
Mm-hmm. He said 20, and I said I can't do math. Here's two times what you asked for.
It's like I lowballed him, and he was like,
"What you asked for, and a little bit on top."
Yeah. And then all the promotion on top of it, and people Patreon and then PayPal and my phone did kind of blow up for a little while yesterday, and
it feels weird, doesn't it, when it first happens?
No.
It's like, oh, shit's happening.
You should see my phone when there's an issue on a printer in the Prusa, because I'm the admin for one of the largest Prusa Facebook group, and it's just constantly my phone will go off. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have 40 messages, and I'm like, okay, and I'll answer them all. And normally it's just something simple like, cool. Sometimes it's stuff I'm like, you need to talk to support. I think something's broken. I don't say that. I'm like, you should talk to support. And then they'll respond they're sending me a new whole thing. I'm like, yeah, because me telling you how to fix it is just dumb. They'll just send you the free part anyway.
So you just have a copy and paste of Level Your Bed?
No, most of the issues with Prusa isn't first layer issues. It's always my printer's making a weird noise, and it's the bearing died. Hit up chat. They'll send you a whole new set of rods and bearings. So,
for how long though?
Dude, I've had people. So one of the guys on the Prusa forums, he's gotten 4 power supplies on his printer because they just kept dying. And then I know there's some people who's had multiple rods and bearings. I got shipped one time 3 sets of rods and 3 sets of bearings because mine just kept breaking too. So,
but for life?
No, for 2 years, I think is their warranty period.
2 years.
Yeah, 1 year.
1 year.
I do. Yeah, I do kind of a similar thing for G-Tech, where they'll come and diagnose it with me, and it's like, yeah, this is the problem. Go talk to support. Get this part.
Yep. So, but normally the questions I have is more specific to what's this really weird thing going on, and trust me, I've broken enough Prusas to know what that sound is, or that weird my screen has all this weird characters on. I'm like, you have static.
I can't remember what.
Disconnect the wires and let it sit disconnected and unplugged for 10 minutes and plug it all back in. It should get rid of the static issue. So it's just little things that you've had issues with, and you just memorize them.
It's sometimes the garbage on the screen is it just can't keep up, and there's a delay you can put in for that.
Well, Prusa has a built-in refresh. So if you look at a Prusa printer, their screen blinks every 30 seconds. So it has a refresh override, but they get really bad static, because all the everything's just hanging out the back, And you know, people put their printer on a mat or on a desk and they'll move it around. And you know, I usually use anti-static pads or something. But especially
G-Tech sends these, and I cut them up into little feet and put them under the printer.
Yeah,
yeah, the mouse pads.
Yeah,
a mouse pad under it too. Works
I
great.
got one of those somewhere.
It's like I just did this, and it goes under the feet.
You do the same thing. Nothing better to do with an old mouse pad and cut it up, put it under your printer.
Yep.
Cuts the noise way down.
Or a whole bunch of requests like, why is my hot end clogged? Because that's like the number one like Prusa issue is clogged hot ends. It's like, just get rid of the Noctua, put a real fan on. That's literally my answer.
Yeah, those Noctuas are terrible.
No, those 4010s are like
They're
the
great
bigger ones are
when
better.
they're not small. Like if it was a 4020, it would be outperforming.
Well, the issue is on an E3D V6. Let me pull one out. Hold on. Let me grab an E3D V6.
Enough air to cool the thing. The little ones do not.
And let's pull out a Noctua. I should have one in this bag because this is my random.
And yet they're still using them?
Oh, yeah.
Because they're dead quiet. Because they're not moving any air.
Yeah. No CFM, yo.
So here's the size of your E3D V6, heatsink. Prusa puts the fan back here, and it's a 40 mil fan, which means there's a dead zone in the center. So you're blowing this, and the Prusa design on the hot end actually has gaps on the side of the heatsink, because they're like, oh, there's a lot of air restriction. Because
air goes this way.
It just goes around the heatsink, not through the fins. Like, you need static pressure to go through the fins. So they pushed it back. And what's cool about fans is a lot of people design these things and they'll like make it a cone shape because they think they're concentrating the airflow. Air has very little mass. I mean, just for scientific purposes here, it has no mass. So no matter how hard you blow it through that little thing, you're going to lose air pressure. There's a great video on YouTube where the guy took one of those like 100 and something millimeter fans, and he's like, he put a bunch of ping pong balls in front of him, and he turns on, it blows all the ping pong balls everywhere. He reduced it down 50% like you would with this, and it wouldn't even blow one ping pong ball. He put it right up to the ping pong ball, won't move it.
No, the only reason to reduce the diameter of a duct is to maintain static pressure further down the line, depending on the CFM value of the fan. The little fan, because I do HVAC. That's what I used to do before I got hurt. So we reduce duct lines all the time. We're sizing. There's calculators. I've got duct line calculators all over. But you reduce that to maintain static pressure so that outlet number 1 has the same flow rate as outlet number 10. Mm-hmm. But you still have outlets.
Yeah.
You're not just trying to reduce the fan to get it to one spot.
Yeah, because they're reducing it to fit this, which is made for a 30 millimeter fan.
Yes.
So reducing a 40 millimeter fan to a 30 millimeter fan, which reduces its ability to actually cool by whatever percentage of surface area that is, because that's just how it works when you're trying to reduce it like within this gap. And they argue with you, and it's like even E3D says this doesn't work. Like you can't throw this little 4010 Noctua fan on here and make it cool correctly. Now, if they did a 30-30, sure, it'd probably work better because they don't have to reduce its physical size. So you're getting the full bore, and you also don't have this dead zone.
Even if they just closed in the gaps on the back, like that's the one thing that Gregoire did with the Bear, right? It's closed in.
Yeah. It's
more directed. If I'm not mistaken, it only really kind of directs to like 1/2 for the most part of the heatsink, but it's plenty. There's
different ways of doing it, and they'll be like, well, we tested it. I'm like, you did a simulation in whatever, they have some like $100,000 simulation software. I'm like, but that doesn't mean it actually is real life. Like you can simulate like this amazingness, but the simulator's giving it mass and perfect world syndrome. Like your edges aren't smooth on an FDM extruder body. So you've got all those little ridges on the side of the print that are also adding more surface area on the edges. So you're getting more loss in airflow. I'm like, I get it. You use that awesome CAD or awesome simulation software.
Things that work in simulation or in theory don't always work in the real world.
Yeah.
Just slap one of those on there.
That would do it.
I've been thinking about
those are a good time.
almost a better fan. The only issue with those is they're loud.
Not these ones.
Yeah, mine's not loud. Not loud at
These
all.
are
I got
the-
it right there.
Yeah, it just
Amazon
depends on how much the RPM is.
Hang on.
Oh no. Oh.
Yeah, it's the Samyang or whatever.
What?
Sound original. There it is, 12 volt.
Woo!
Sound original. Huh? Mine's a dong. It literally says it on the sticker.
Here we go.
That's it. Good night, folks. That's it. Good night.
I'm not even joking.
I've got some 5 volts of those on the Core XY with the Duet. They're pretty quiet too, just by going to the 5 volt.
Well, of course.
All
You're
right.
only providing
Yeah.
50%. Now
My
let's
thing
go.
with all of these fans, though, when you
Hope
start
you're ready.
percentage, I hear that electric whine.
100%.
Dude, I got this one.
8,000 RPM.
I got this 140 mil, like 40 by 40 by 10 fan from 3D Printing Canada. It's just whatever they had. If I hold the fan and turn it on full blast, it lifts. Like, it's got so much thrust. Like, when you put it on the thing, it screams. There is a lot of thrust. A lot of thrust.
Okay, then.
Someone asked, so Red Light, why does my print always lift up on the front left corner of the bed? Most likely, Prusa bed mesh bed leveling isn't very accurate, but there you can go into the custom settings, and you can lift the corners and change just the corner. So if one side is always lifting, you can do move the left side and front. So you can do left front by a little bit and make that a little bit higher, and you might not be sticking that well, which is kind of cool that they added that.
And another nice thing about Prusa is, like, love it or hate it or not, but they haven't just taken the Marlin firmware and said, okay, that's good enough, great, move on. They've done stuff to make it more applicable to their application.
Yeah, but they do that sometimes and it breaks, and they also don't take those innovations and push them back into base Marlin. So
yeah,
the whole point of Marlin is to use it, and then if you make something cooler, push it back.
Yeah, that
share and share alike.
Yeah,
I don't know enough about that to say one way or the other. I just know that there's cool things that they make, and
yeah, a lot of it's just menu items, and a lot of it. What's sad right now is a lot of it is catching up to Marlin. Like, because of myself and like a huge group of people, Linear Advance 1.5 is coming to Prusa. Like, it's in the beta firmware right now, because they've used Linear Advance 1.0 for the longest time. Like, it's just finally making its way, and it took WaveX. He sat there and redid Prusa firmware so it could have Linear Advance 1.5 in it, and it was really hard because their code base is so not Marlin.
Isn't their chip like pretty much full too?
That's the other issue. Is
they don't have a lot of. They don't have enough space.
No, just Net Mega 2560. It's to add that you have to do a lot of stuff, and yeah.
And once you start adding all those menu items, that starts eating up a ton of space, and so then you got to drop something, lose something. Like, the worst is the Ender, though. But, like, to get S-curve and individual access homing and something else enabled, I had to turn off SD card support.
Yeah.
Freed up a lot of memory that way.
I don't know if it's in custom. Hold on, I have one stock Prusa over here. Come here, cord. Let's see. I think it's in calibration and bed level correction. So calibration, bed level correction. But yeah, like, doing the SKR project was hilarious because there was people in the Prusa forum, Prusa Facebook group, and they're like, "Well, can it do this?" And it'd be like, "That's been in Marlin forever. Like, does it have linear advance? Like, it's had it before Prusa firmware had it. Like, can it do mesh med leveling? Like, yeah, I can do that. Can I use a PIND? I'm like, yeah.
Can it use UBL? It can.
Yeah.
Kind of dude.
Can it make me a sandwich?
Not yet.
It can toast a sandwich, set the bed to like 120C and just let it sit there and like use it as a panini press.
I'll take it.
Make grilled cheese, man.
Yeah.
Oh, heat the nozzle up to like 220 and just have it do patterns to like ironing.
Yeah, I just ironed
Draw a
that.
pattern in your grilled cheese sandwich. There you go.
No, I would purge, backload. I'll do ironing.
I
The
mean, some of the
cheese
advancements
extruder?
are cool. Like one thing I wish that was in Marlin was Prusa has auto calibrate for sensorless homing. It just slams the axis, so it slams extruder into the end axis and the bed into its axis, and it measures the current change, so it knows how much sensorless homing to apply. So it self-calculates its sensorless homing settings, which is
That's
really
nice
cool.
because sensorless homing tuning is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, so you can do it automatically on a Prusa. You can't do it automatically on a
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's an example, like you said, of one of those nice things that if they fed it back,
would be awesome if it was fed back. That would be
But there's nothing stopping one of us devs from like going over Fork and Prusa's firmware and stealing it out of there. That's totally part of within the license. I could totally do that if I wanted to take the time and try and dig it out of there.
Well, that's the issue. Is their firmware is really crummy. Like
Yeah,
the way it's just
they don't
scattered.
have it all compartmentalized like Scott's doing now.
No,
I've been asked a few times to look at Prusa's stuff and try and pull shit out of there. And I was just like, I don't know.
Yeah, because what did I send you on a hunt for was safety timer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I brought it up to Scott.
You have no idea where it's buried, but it's in there.
Yeah. I mean, I know where it's at. It's just like, how will it work? How hard will it be to implement it in Marlin the way it's done? And like,
I know that Scott doesn't like to use timers, and like that would have a timer on it. I think that might be one of the drawbacks.
But I mean, it's for safety, and it like
I know. I told him that.
But isn't there already a timer with like timeouts as far as thermal runaway and stuff like that? So there's timers already there.
Yeah.
You have to convince him, like most things.
So you're saying I should put a feature request and get like 400 people to be like, yeah, we totally should have this.
Sure.
That might help. It might also help if like I could dig in there and like actually show him it working and like be like, here, just merge this.
I mean, if you want to do that.
Well, I'll look, but like I can't make any guarantees on that.
Well, you're loaded up with caffeine. Dive in.
Yeah, we'll put your screen on. We'll watch what you're doing. You tell us what you're looking at, and you'll tell us.
Just
what it
a
means.
mouse is just buggying all over the place. He's like, I got it, found it.
That's not exactly how that works, but
He's got like 4 computers, and the matrix is coming down. He's like, "There's the temp the timer.
Here's the timer coming down. Okay.
I wish
And
it
then
was that cool.
And I'm like, timer.
Well, and then he does a little. What the hell was that movie? That Tom Cruise movie.
It's more like writing a book than
grabs the screen, opens it up, and he's like,
It's not like Swordfish.
No, not at all.
And then does an Iron Man flip the lid, grab the thing. Okay, shoot it over here.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's how coding works.
Minority Report. There you go. Where he's
Yeah.
sliding things. Okay, found it in the timeline. Scrub it. Dive in.
that wasn't such a bad movie. That got such bad ratings. I mean, it wasn't great, but
It's
it
a good
wasn't
fun
bad
movie.
It was a fun movie. It was different.
I will go over there right now and fork it though.
Oh, they're Prusa firmware.
I'll just fork it so I can look at it.
I'm hopping in there right now and taking a look. Let's see, it's under timers.
Be way out of my brain zone.
Fork it.
I'm gonna fork it good.
Fork
Timer
it.
CPP.
Fork it good. Y'all need to be wearing
Timer
little
since it expired
plastic
after
planter hats. You be forking it good.
All right, I'm going to bed.
Good night.
Yeah, I am too.
It's forking.
All this talk of forking has me ready to go.
You got to find your wife, huh?
All right. Peace out, everybody.
Good night, Jordan.
Oh, what happened? We lost a vert.
Do what now?
Vert's there.
Oh, yeah, well,
Just the way the camera cut.
oh, okay, yeah.
I can fix that.
There we go.
I'm
I
just
was.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
kill it anyways in about 2 minutes.
Just have a look at
We've
this.
been doing this for a couple hours. It's time to be done. Really didn't even go over the original subject matter too much. We did a little bit.
Yeah. We talked about pies for a little bit.
I like pie.
Yeah.
Over here. There's the pie.
Oh, this isn't even based on 2.0. Ooh.
Johnny Dangerously.
No,
Oh my
it's
god,
not.
I forgot all about that movie. That was a good movie. Now I'm gonna have to go find it and watch that again.
Have they released the?
Barely even remember that movie.
See if they've got. Yeah, Cruciformer Buddy is based on Marlin 2.0.
Ah, okay. Buddy.
Yeah, it's called their Buddy Board.
Their buddy board. Is that like buddy burgers? Do like they're like stuck together and you gotta like pull them apart and eat one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't even know how this is done because like there's no Marlin folder.
This ought to be interesting to watch. Oh crap! Stand up, hold me up.
Well, they just like put it in like a folder. You can name it whatever you want.
Oh boy. Hey, here's the RTOS file. Free
No more
RTOS.c.
danger screen.
Is it in the include folder? Yep, there it is. Marlin configuration.h.
All right,
Wow.
it's been fun,
Okay,
it's been
that
real.
isn't. It is only like 10 lines long.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill it now.
Okay.
They move shit around. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be.
So say bye to the 18 crazy people watching us stupid people.
Bye, 18 crazy people.
Bye, people.
All
Or
right,
like, I don't know, this one.
Stopping in.
Whatever.
All that good crap. It's been 2.5 hours. It's late. 11 o'clock at night. I'm an old man and I'm going to bed.
Neat.
So see you.
Peace.
Later.
Docker file. Oh, I don't know where to look for anything in here.
Yeah, it's not Marlin